Let me throw in a little hoorah out there. Tomorrow, November 10th, well, it was 1775. The United States Marine Corps was adopted during the Continental Congress. And for Dale Jernigan, happy Veterans Day. And for his brother, who is now a major or a colonel?
Major Ryan Jernigan.
We want to wish you and all the veterans out there, because Monday is Veterans Day. Take a little time out. I don't care if you're at work, you're at a store, you see an older gentleman, a younger gentleman wearing their colors. Thank them for what they've done and what their families have sacrificed through the years. Veterans Day is Monday. Happy birthday to the Marine Corps on Sunday, and have a wonderful Veterans Day on Monday for everybody who has served in our armed forces and their families.
And Fullerton's going to start on defense as they're going to get the ball to start this second half. And back deep for El Camino is going to be Robert Farrell. Has 2 touchdown returns punting-wise, averages 22 yards per kickoff return. And also back deep is Justin Days.
So Farrell and Days are going to stand up at about the 10. We got a little breeze coming in here. So we'll see if that affects our game as the Hornets are in search for another conference title. Farrell takes it in the end zone. He's going to take a knee. So it'll be a touchback. And El Camino will start off on offense. Gotoy will be their quarterback. He completes about 60% of his passes. You look at him, he's got 14 touchdowns this year, Corey. Only 4 picks. He's a athletic type of quarterback, which we should be used to here at Fullerton College, seeing that sort of player.
Coach Gifford Lindheim has a team out there that you're going to see them play structurally sound.
Dion Moore is lined up on the near side of the field. Gotoy, quarterback. Going down, throws it quickly, turns there, and a nice little pitch and catch to Isaiah Jones. So Jones picks up 12 on that one. So Jones gets down there. Moore stays on this side of the field. Jones goes the other side of the field this time. Quickly they get up there. The defense comes up. Corey's going to stop the runner behind the line of scrimmage.
Offensive line, Zach Denny at the center position. DJ Wingfield is the right guard. Victor Arteaga is the right tackle. Left guard is Christian Palomares. And the left guard is Christian Palomares. Left tackle, Christian Farafino.
Raymond Graham is in at running back. Gotoy at quarterback. Gotoy gets a high hike, tries to get away from it, and that athleticism almost gets him away from a sack right there.
Yeah, and Josh Chirango, who leads the team in sacks for Fullerton with 10, he was looking for number 11. You know, he's 4.5 away from tying a record, but that one goes to Jamal Dorsey, who picks up his, that's only his second sack of the season.
Loss of 13 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 23 for the Warriors. Gotoy looks, fakes the dive in the middle of the field, throws it, and gets sandwiched when he lets it go. And Brian Crooks' defense has all of a sudden opened up the books and understood the test of what a defense is.
And he was sandwiched by the 2 best interior linemen in community college football, at least in Southern California. You know what? I'm going to just say this thing. I'll say it. Cameron Proctor and Josh Chirango. And Josh Chirango, well, he got hit below.
Hunter Risen back deep for the Hornets. He'll stand at the 30. Risen waits for it. Here comes the punt off the side of the foot. Risen's going to see if it takes the right bounce. It does. Hunter Risen stays on his feet, gets up to the 45 and taken down there.
Hunter Risen on the return.
Brought down by Jaden Davis. For Fullerton, will be working behind the offensive line of Glenn Bernard, Darren Washington, Nate Ramirez, Tyler Walton. And I'm missing one, Mark. Tyler Walton, Darren Washington, Nate Ramirez, Trevor Pulsifer gets the start today, and Glenn Bernard.
Nosif goes to the far side of the field with Hunter Risen. Quinn Commons is quarterback for the Hornets. 1st and 10 at the 45 for Quinn. Quinn goes back, has time to throw. Pump fakes, looks to Brandon Rankins. Rankins bobbles it, catches it, gets across the 50, down at the 49.
And he was brought down by Colin Payne.
So you watch it when Quinn comes out, looks things over. Comes back up. Going to be 2nd down and 4 right across the 50. Quinn resets the offense. Hands it off to Rankins. Rankins goes straight up the middle. Gets a gain of 6 on the play. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Hornets.
He's really established himself, Mark. He leads the team in rushing with 315 yards on the season.
And he's also the leading scorer. He's got 5 touchdowns as a running back. So he's done that. Nosip now to the near side of the field. Ryson comes with him. So they flip-flop. Tim Allen to the far side of the field. Quinn goes back. Looks to run away using his athleticism. Needs to set his feet. Can't do it. Goes upfield. Runs out of bounds. Gets a gain of maybe 1. They're going to mark him down at the 40. That'll be a gain of 2. Heads up play by Quinn Commons.
Quarterback Quinn Commons with carry.
We'll set that defense in just a moment.
2nd and 7 for the Hornets.
Sean Griffin now goes over to the far side of the field with Tim Allen and Hunter Rison. Nosip stays to the near side of the field. Quinn goes back, looks, tries to go to Nosip. Nice defensive play there. I thought he grabbed just a smidgen early.
I like it. I like it much. James Randolph on the coverage. He gets to start. Justin Martz, who leads the team in tackles for loss with 9 up front. Rooney Amasone III, Vandrew Epinesa, and Keith Conley Jr. are the up front 4. Tony Dancy, Justin Sanchez are the backers. They run a nickel with Randolph, Logan Taylor, Jalen Stewart, Colin Payne, and Alfredo Reyes.
So Allen and Griffin come to the near side of the field. Ryson and Nosip go to the far side of the field. They hand it up the middle to Brandon Rankin, and he is met by a brick wall at the line of scrimmage.
That's Keith Conley Jr., Mark. Yeah, he's kind of built like a brick wall. Small guy out there, 6'3", 270.
You know, we should have taken him to our pregame meal. Hornets decide to stay on the field. 4th down and a long 6 at the 40. Commons brings him out. Looks over the defense. Goes back, needs some protection. Middle of the field, all there, and he overshoots Griffin, and then we get a late hit. And that is on a defenseless receiver coming across the middle of the field.
He was all up and good and all fine. Watch the replay. Logan Taylor, number 6. And when you see the replay, because Sean Griffin, it's over his head. If Logan Taylor just runs by, because he had a few steps to react, and he comes out and he hits him with the, it wasn't anything with helmet to helmet, but he comes out and hits him with the forearm, that is a penalty. And it was a great job on defense by the Warriors to stop Fullerton. And the replay is right here. It's over his head. 1, 2, 3, and he hits him.
Yeah, 4 steps, Corey.
And the thing is, if he keeps his chicken wing in, there's no call. He's just running through. But he came up with the chicken wing, and that's why they're going to call that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And by the way, Dale Jernigan says thank you. So it's going to be after the play. Dead ball foul.
Dead ball foul. So this is a call where the Hornets do not get an automatic 1st down. The play happened. 4th down was not completed. Then the penalty flag is thrown. Therefore, it's added against as a defense or an offensive penalty. And so it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Warriors right at the 23. Gotoy comes back out one more time. Straight up the middle at the 30. And when you're going straight up the middle or trying to get that 30-yard line, well, no better place to do it than maybe trying, as we see a straight dive. Hole opens wide up just there. Taken there by Pergine. Pergine takes it again, cuts back, has the middle, stays on his feet, gets a 1st down for the Warriors.
Excellent block by Victor Artiaga, who took out Josiah Morrow to free him up.
So we take that car. We were going to go to Miller Toyota, but you know what? The Warriors are going faster than any Toyota I can buy at Miller Toyota. Remember, Miller Toyota is a proud sponsor of all our sports here at Fullerton College. Toy runs it across. So if you're looking for that newer used Toyota, well, don't forget, there's only one place to go. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim, located at Euclid in the 91. Miller Toyota of Anaheim is a proud sponsor, community college sports, high school sports, but most of all, education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Toy tries to throw the flat, picked at the 48.
Jacob Jones with the deflection, his first interception of the season. You guys remember Jacob Jones from 2017. Had an interception in that championship game that they won in Sacramento. Deflection off the tight end. A little bit high from Gotoy, and Jones is there, opportunistic. And Mark, we were talking to Brian Quicks earlier.
Fullerton College, first sideline warning of the game.
When Jacob Jones really came back to be healthy and really solidified that defense, they started playing better. Junior Wiley, when they brought him up into backer position and more nickel, Hurricane, and Cougar packages, the defense started playing better.
Yeah, and Staples should have caught that because it did hit him in the hand. Corey, it wasn't that bad of a pass. And Staples, the tight end, should have brought it down for a catch. Lucky, Avenger, or Avenger with an I. Now in, Callis in at quarterback. First down and 10 at the 35. Callis pump fakes, gonna pull it down, steps away. Now throws it, looking for Spencer Owens. Spencer Owens in a wrestling match, but a good no call because he pushes off and then the defender pushes back. Corey, I like. They keep the flag in the pocket.
Yeah, that play was broke. I was not doing anything well. And Cooper Callis is the more runner of the three quarterbacks that Fullerton employs in a game.
Yeah, you look at Cooper Callis so far this year. He's 31 of 44 for the Hornets when he's back there. Lucky takes it straight up the middle, crosses the 30, down to the 28. Gain of 7 on the play. It'll be a 3rd down and 3. So the Hornets have had good field position, but have yet to do anything with it as we're sitting here at 10 minutes here in the first quarter at Shapell Stadium. Callis comes back out quickly. Hands it off to Lucky again. Goes to the outside, tries to stay. A little scrum goes. They're going to mark Lucky down at the 26. Corey says it's short about 4.5 inches. Or maybe a roll of black gaffer's tape.
I was going to say a neck roll, but that's okay.
4th down and 1. Callis brings him out. Double tight end set for the Hornets. Straight dive. Are they going to get the push? Well, it looks like the offensive line willed that for a first down because they were stopped initially on the first dive play.
Lucky Avenger gets 2/3 of a yard. The offensive line picks up 3. Noah Alvarez is down on the sideline with us. We'll go down to him in just a couple minutes. Get his perspective on this.
Hunter Risen in the slot, the near side of the field. Nosip outside of him. On the far side of the field, Tim Allen with Griffin. Callis at quarterback. Lucky Avenger goes in motion. Into the flat, needs a block, finds it, turns the corner, stays on his feet, goes out of bounds. We're going to get a holding call. And you're going to say Tim Allen had a little love hug going on over there?
Yeah, I know we can't say that, but he did have his tools out. But this time, working on the El Camino defender. Going to be 10 yards the other way. And don't forget, guys and gals and ladies, gents, we got our all-time team coming up starting at halftime.
Offense, number 11.
And we know Noah Alvarez, even though he interviewed Tim Allen, didn't have Tim Allen on his all-time team. I don't think so, but we'll find out as this game goes on. I was going to go back. Noah, when we look at what's going on in this game, a little sluggish offensively down there on the sidelines?
Well, both Corey and Mark, you both mentioned it. It's going to be a defensive battle between both these teams. I was listening to the huddle with Coach Robinson. He was telling his defensive line that the offensive line of El Camino, they have very wide splits, and they also give away when they're going to pull and when they're going to pass block. So if you see these Fullerton defensive line in the backfield very quickly, it's because they're making the right reads up front.
Well, we'll see if Cooper Callis can find somebody, throws it quickly. Hunter Risen takes it to 30, cuts upfield, cuts back, gets a nice little gain. He picks up about 8 yards on that play.
Both these offenses feel like today. The weather today is nice, but it's kind of blah. It's kind of, I think I'd rather be doing something else.
So there goes Corey Neyland out the door. Gabby Neyland doesn't know what's going to happen to her. She's here with me. Cooper Callis says, I need a little protection. Second down and 11, right at the 26. Lucky in the backfield. Trips to the right. Rison, Griffin, and Tim Allen. Lucky straight up the middle. Gain of 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 8 for the Hornets.
Undercut by Logan Taylor. Taylor and Justin March are the team's 2 leading tacklers, 42 and 46 respectively. Aaron Hatfield is not in the ballgame right now, has 45 tackles.
Charles Byers Jr. goes to the far side of the field. Callis overthrows a wide open, Corey, something we don't ever normally say, a wide open tight end for the Hornets, and misses it right there. Spencer Owens was all by himself.
And he was working.
Watch it. Spencer Owens says, excuse me, I think I'm going home now. He was leaving with you. And that was an easy touchdown right there for Spencer Owens.
He just did an uproot. Just out and up.
Lucas Luff comes in late. Fonseca will have the ball spotted at the 29, at 10. It's blocked. Picked up at the 30. Fonseca trying to stop him and knocks him out of bounds at the 49. Another blocked field goal against the Hornets this year.
That's the 3rd this season, and again, it came right up the middle. All 3 blocks this season have come right up the middle. And 3 misses, 3 blocks. Here's your replay. As he didn't have any chance. His ball was kicked low into the gut of the defender. And James Randolph picks it up. Fonseca does a good thing and brings him down at the 50.
So the Warriors in great field position right at the 50-yard line. Go to it. Picks it up, throws it out, makes a nice little pitch and catch. Out to Gabriel Bermudez.
And it wasn't a pick route, Mark. It's just a crossing route 5 yards out.
So Isaiah Jones goes to the far side of the field. Bermudez goes with him. Go to it. Looks to go that direction. Now throws it. And was throwing it. And Corey, it was one of those that he should have held on to the football. He tried to go back to Bermudez, who, had a lead on the defender, but it was going to be a tough play.
Yeah, when they bring the backers in, you can call it kind of a stunt that they're running from that left side. That was Joe Christensen. Julian Duckenfield has got to get in position and shade over to make sure the quarterback doesn't run.
Deion Moore and Bermudez to the near side of the field. Jones to the far side of the field. Pump fakes, goes to Bermudez again, trying to get a block. Bermudez gets up to about the 40. They're going to give him a mark just short of a first down.
Coming off of last week's win, you got to think the defense is going to play more aggressive and not sit back. Here's where you want to take a chance and play your squad, but be aggressive, not overly aggressive, but get out there and make things happen as it appeared to be a punt.
Hornets going to play with, and now, boy, I wonder if they're going to get.
They should call a timeout. No, there's 11.
Punt it away. Ball's going to hit at the 10, bounce down, and is going to die right at the 3. With 5:42, well, we're knotted up at 0 here at Shapell Stadium, here on SportsNetUSA.net. Corey Neyland, myself, Noah Alvarez down in the field, Victor Vasquez behind me. As the Hornets, who were prolific last week, will start off a little slow. They sort of woke up like you did this morning. Opened up their eyes, closed them, opened them up again, rolled over, went back to sleep. Look at Gabby. Gabby's saying, Mark, that sounds really good right about now. Procage now in at quarterback. Brandon Rankin in the backfield with him. Rison in the slot. Tim Allen to the far side of the field. Procage tries to take it himself and barely gets out of the end zone on a quarterback keeper.
You know, I'm so confused. I thought they were at the 5.
No, see that big thing back there? That's called the end zone, Corey. Ryan Osborne, get out the smelling salts. Corey Neyland's having problems.
Well, Brandon Rankins is in the backfield. Let's see if he can go 98 yards.
They come up on a blitz. Frokash has pressure. It comes across to him. Throws behind Nosov on a crossing pattern. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 12. They originally should have started at the 5. That you were right at the line of scrimmage. But he's taking it from a shotgun, so he received the ball in the end zone, which is what confused you. Prokaj with Rankin in the backfield. 3rd down and 13 at the 4. Prokaj looking things over. They try to take it right up the middle, so they play on a conservative play, on a straight dive play, and the Hornets once again, this has become that chess match. Where do I end up on the field? And boy, I need to strike while the iron is hot.
It's a similar opening to the Southwestern game and the Riverside game, where both teams were playing field position and both teams didn't want to make a mistake, and that's where we're at in the first few minutes of this first quarter.
Farrell comes out for the Warriors. He's going to stand at the 42. Fonseca, high, back spinning kick. Signals for a fair catch right at the 44, and that's where it gets marked. So nobody can get on the board with 4:26 to go here in the first quarter. It's the Hornets 0, the Warriors 0. You're watching Fullerton College Football on Sportsnet, USA.net, in conjunction with Fullerton College TV.
Dorsey, McDonald, Proctor, and Motts up front. Christensen, Duckenfield, the backers, secondary. Whitfield, Jones, Farmer, Steele.
They give it to Pergine, coming on a sweep. Gets a gain of about 3 on the play. So Pergine went to Gardena. Crenshaw High School. Dion Moore on the near side of the field. Toy goes back. It's getting time to shoot. Going deep. Little push down there. Up to get it and reaches up and pulls it down, Corey. And Isaiah Jones went and got the football. And that was just a heck of a try on his part. Couldn't stay in bounds.
Right over Whitfield. Jones is not a small guy out there. He's very lanky as a receiver, 6'4", 180.
Jones of far side of the field, more than near side of the field. Staples, the tight end, just off the tackle's shoulder on the near side of the field. 3rd down and 9. Gotoy hands it off, straight dive play. It's not going to get any place. It's going to bring up a 4th down at the 40, and we'll see if they punt it away again, Corey. And this really has been cat and mouse, I mean, offensively.
Yeah, and Fullerton needs one big play. I think El Camino needs to figure out what's exactly going to work against this Hornet defense, so they're going to keep playing this field position game. Fullerton needs that big play so they can let out their breath and say, let's go.
Campbell Getty's getting ready to punt it for the Warriors. Hunter Risen back deep for the Hornets. Geddes takes his time. Spiral towards the sidelines. It's going to hit, and it's going to run into the end zone. So they're going to get an automatic touchback. With 3:16 to go. Well, the excitement is just waiting for us here at Shapell Stadium. It hasn't happened yet.
Gotoy, 20 yards in the air, 1 interception. Fullerton's 3 quarterbacks, 2 completions.
Maybe the excitement is at halftime when we talk about who we think should be on our all-time Fullerton College team.
Yes. And
nobody wants to be on Corey's team.
Well, they don't want to be there, but that's the right team, actually.
Corey will waive you. He'll cut you the next week. So, you want to be on Mark's or Ryan's team. Quinn Commons comes back out at quarterback. Quinn rolls away from the pressure. Throws it to Hunter Risen, catches it. They're going to mark him inbounds. They do. So he floats it to Hunter right at the 34-yard line.
And they're working on Alfredo Reyes. And this is the play they're setting up Rising on the square out, but they're really setting up Kashawn Griffin or Tim Allen, as you see the replay, on a post pattern right off that play.
Quinn goes back, pump fakes. He's going to take it up the middle, gets drugged down from behind, back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's not a sack.
Rooney Amasoni, or Amason, excuse me, the third, and that's no gain. Came into this game 4 tackles for loss, 2 fumble recoveries.
Charles Byers Jr. out to the far side of the field with T.J. Griffin. Quinn Commons goes back, throws the near side of the field. Nice little pitch and catch to Coy Thomas. Coy Thomas
had a big game last week, had a reception, 3 receptions, 86 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Daniel Sanchez comes in as they'll go to the I formation. Lucky in is the tailback. Sanchez the up back. I formation, 3rd down and a half a yard. Sanchez throws a block. Lucky gets enough. 1st down. The Hornets move the chain.
Attinger. In the short game, that is a good enough for a 1st down.
4 carries, 15 yards for Lucky.
Nosip goes to the far side of the field with Risen. Tim Allen and Griffin to the near side of the field. Lucky stays in the backfield. Quinn at quarterback. 1st down and 10, right at the 47. Quinn goes back, feeling the pressure, dances away from it. Quinn's got to look to go. We're going to get holding. And, okay, I'm going to ask
20 out, 1 play, helmet off.
Griffin. So was he just that safety valve, or because Quinn looked like he was looking for something but couldn't find it?
The play was actually set up to go to Tim Allen.
Holding.
Okay.
So I think Kashawn, instead
10
of
yards, it remains 1st down.
going and keep on going with his route or helping the quarterback out, he stops. Quinn is in no man's land, so he has nowhere to go. And Tim Allen wasn't open downfield. It's just good defense by the Warriors.
Hornets get a penalty on them. So we're going to move it back with 1:33 to go. 1:33 to go here in the 1st quarter. Nobody's gotten on the board. Timeout on the field. It's a warm day out here at Shapell Stadium. No, so we got a quick timeout. I don't see you, my friend. Where are you? Noah's down there visiting with someone.
He's on the other side of me.
So we got timeout on the field. With timeout on the field, it's the Hornet 0, the Warriors 0. You're watching Fullerton College football on Sportsnet, USA.net, and Fullerton College TV. You know, it's been a fun career here. And, of course, some of us older people, well, we just decided that, you know, there's better things to do. So we're going to be talking a lot about the people that have been here for a lot of years, like myself, Mr. Neyland. Well, Mr. Neyland and myself, I keep forgetting you're older than me. You've got a daughter who's 40. I keep forgetting that. So Hornets come on back out. Quinn at quarterback. Sanchez the up back. Lucky the deep setback. As we have the injured Keith Conley Jr. Warrior go off the field. Pitch to Lucky. Sanchez throws a block. Lucky trying to get the outside, smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And Lucky taken down quickly there by Tony Dancy, the linebacker out of Santa Monica High School. Of course, you make the tackle, you come out of the game. Colin Payne back in. Let's make it 2nd down and still a little over 20. Quinn looks out. Risen, Griffin, Tim Allen, near side of the field. Nosip, the far side of the field. Quinn, the quarterback. Quinn is just dropped down quickly on the play as James Reyes Little sophomore defensive lineman, 6 feet, 260 pounds. From Palisades High School makes the tackle on that one.
Bring up a 3rd and 26.
So big third down coming out as we're slowly coming down to the end of the first quarter, and everybody's moving backwards on this field. Quinn looks over the sidelines, trying to get the call. Lucky goes from right to left. Hunter still in the slot. Quinn goes back, across the middle of the field, throws it to Nosip, caught with 1 foot across the 40 and taken down there. And on that play, we come to the end of the first quarter.
That is the end of the first quarter.
It's the Hornets 0, the Warriors 0. You're watching Fullerton College football on Sportsnet, USA.net. You've been trying to talk to me, Ryan Osborne. I can't hear a word you're saying. I really can't. When you say something, I don't hear a word. So Ryan Osborne came up to visit for a second. Corey Neyland going out for a stroll around the field.
See, Corey Neyland's shadow took out my audio when I was trying to talk to you.
That it?
That's what it was.
It just went away? See? You look at there's Ryan, you've been out there, and I know you're doing audio for the TV department today, but really, difference between last week and this way is that the offense last week, first play touchdown, second play touchdown, third play. This week, El Camino just looks like a bigger opponent than everybody thought they may be. I'm not sure where everybody's lining up at because the ball's here at the 41 and both teams are going down to the 30.
There's a little bit of the change of pace, but then there's also, you look at this Fullerton offense, they seem a little bit more hesitant than they did last week. Last week, they were more than willing to go for the ball. This week, it looks like they're trying not to make a mistake.
Well, we'll see what happens. Big kick, end over end. Gonna take the hop, taken right at the 20. Drug down quickly at the 25 was Farrell from out of Nevada, Reed High School. Sophomore for this team, 5'9", 165 pounds. You'll look at him. So the Warriors come back out again. Good turnout today, and look, we always get a great turnout here at Shapell Stadium. A little warm out. It's summertime. Well, it's not supposed to be. Thanksgiving's right around the corner, so you would like it to be a little cooler, but so far that hasn't happened. Warriors trying to heat it up themselves. And the Warriors, once again, nothing on the play. So the Hornets coming and making the great plays there, and a nice tackle by Noble, who comes in from his mic position. So Novello is now in at quarterback for the Warriors. So Jake Novello at quarterback. So Novello comes in the game. Raymond Graham in the backfield. Novello at quarterback. Dion Moore to the near side of the field. Novello looks things over. 3rd down and 7. Novello goes back. Pump fakes one direction. Goes the middle of the field. Incomplete pass right there. So Farrell can't bring it in. And now Kashawn Griffin comes in. 4 touchdowns on returns this season. I think he's on Noah Alvarez's all-Hornet team, or Corey Neyland's all-Hornet team, or Ryan Osborne's all-Hornet team.
Sean Griffin is back for the Hornets.
Griffin standing at the 36. High spiral. Griffin looks. He knows he can take it. Cuts the outside. Digs for the corner. Needs a block. Turns the corner at the 50. Gets run out of bounds right across the 50-yard line. Nice return there of at least 20 yards on the play.
Crosses the 50.
So you watch him. Goes down deep. Tries to get the outside. Looking for the wall to set up. Just nothing there. Gets taken out of bounds by Daniel Fuller. So Fuller makes the tackle. Cooper Callis back in at quarterback. Rankins, the running back. Tim Allen, the near side. Griffin in the slot. Hunter Rison with him. Nosip to the far side of the field. Callis goes back. Has time to throw. Takes it down himself. Gets taken down, and the coverage has to be exceptional for the Warriors right now because Callis has yet to let the football fly on any play.
By Justin Marks. Brings up a second.
Callis looks over. Rankin's still over there in the backfield. Hunter Rison now goes to the far side of the field. So it's Nosif, Rison. Near side of the field, Allen and Griffin. Rankin in the backfield. Second down and 11. Hand it off to Rankin. Goes up the middle of the field. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Hornets. Right at the 50-yard line. That's right. We're sitting at 0-0 with 13-12 to go in the first half.
3rd and 10 from the 50.
So if you were accustomed to what you saw in San Diego that week, well, this week it's diet time for the offense so far. Rankin goes from right to left. Callis takes his time, looks over the defense. Has time, steps up, steps out. Has time, goes down the middle of the field, looks for Griffin. Griffin turns to go up the field, incomplete. We have a flag at the 50. We'll see what that is. Holding against the Hornets, and that's going to be declined. So offensively, the stutter continues for the Hornets on a warm November afternoon here at Shapell Stadium on sportsnetusa.net. Farrell comes in. Stand at the 15. High snap. Quick kick. Nice grab. And it takes a Hornet bounce at the 10. It's going to roll. It's down to the 5. And we're going to park it right there at the 4-yard line. So Fonseca gets a high snap, pulls it down, and gets it all the way down to the 4. It's the Warriors there. And watch this as Fonseca. He's going to go up and get it. Athletic on his part. Then it's going to take that hop. It's just like parking that new Toyota from Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Sort of pull it in, find out where nobody else is parked at. Right there, lock it up, walk away, and get ready for a little more Fullerton College football on sportsnetusa.net. Gotoy now back in at quarterback, keeps it himself, goes the outside,
Gotoy keeps it himself.
gets up to the 5-yard line.
Only 1 yard gain.
So Sanchez to the near side of the field. Gotoy over his head, goes out of the end zone. Touchdown, Fullerton College. Taken by the Hornets on a bad snap. Just before it goes out of the end zone. And what a grab. Watch it right here. It goes up high. And Braylon Willis is going to jump on it just at the last second. Here comes Willis, lays out, has control, rolls out of bounds, touchdown Hornets. Hornets going for 2.
Timeout, El Camino. First timeout of the half.
So El Camino's going to call a timeout here. So it's a high snap to Gotoy. Goes over his head. Brandon Willis does not give up on the play. Goes against it, corrals it, and controls it. For those of you that were watching it on the great shots here by Fullerton College TV, you see him corral it, and then he slides out of bounds. In the opinion of the referee, he had control of the football. So if there's an El Camino fan watching too and they go, that's not a touchdown, as long as the referee thought he had control of the football on his slide out of bounds, then it's a touchdown.
Fullerton College Spirit Squad. And correction, that was Braylon Willis on the recovery for Fullerton College.
Fonseca comes in for the point after. Bobby Palacio I'm not sure if that's Bobby's the holder. We'll see if it is. Ball is spotted, kick is up, and the kick is good. That was Bobby holding it there. So the Hornets get on the board in an unconventional fashion. Of course, when we're talking unconventional, the one thing you shouldn't do unconventionally is go to any other dealership. That's unconventional. The convention, watch this again. Now it's gonna go high over Gotoy. Right here, he realizes he can't get it. He's in the wrong position. You're gonna see Willis enter the screen. It's a foot race. Watch when he comes down. Down, control, he slides out of bounds, touchdown Hornets. And that's why they gave the touchdown on that play. Farrell back deep with Justin Days for the Warriors. Little pooch kick, the middle of the field, should hit about the 30. Goes up, taken there, turn the corner as the Hornets tried to do it, and a nice grab by Javon Fish, who is a backup third string quarterback that they have in the kicking team. Well, no, I think I got the wrong guy. That was Fuller who made that, so a mistake on my part. Give a little love to a backup quarterback. That never hurts. Gotoy brings it back out. First down and 10 for the Warriors at the 35. Hands it off there to Dupree. Kashawn Dupree's got no place to go. So Dupree loses 3. Quickly come out. Dupree stays in there, running back. Johnson, the wide out to the near side of the field. Hornets jump. We're going to get 5 yards. They call off the play there. So it'll be offsides Hornets, possibly.
Defense, 99 and 35 with contact on the offense. 5 yards, still second down.
You see everybody move on that one, and then you get physical contact, and that's why the flag is thrown. So they're going to mark off 5. It's going to be a second down and a long 8 for the Warriors. Johnson to the near side of the field. Gotoy almost gets him to jump again. Dupree still in at running back, looks over the sideline. Hornets come with the pressure. Gotoy looking on the flat pattern, gets it over there to Sanchez. Sanchez breaks free, stay on his feet. Sanchez all the way down to the 33. Damani Sanchez breaking free on that one.
Take it all the way down to the 31-yard line.
So you watch Sanchez, breaks free, refuses to go down. You can see Sanchez go down the replay. Warriors on the move. Second down and 4. Gotoy. Once again, hands it off quickly to Jordan. Jordan takes it. So Brandon Jordan takes that one. Brandon Jordan. So they're moving running backs in and out right now. Raymond Graham now in at running back. Johnson near side of the field. Hornets almost jump again. Sanchez in the slot. And they were trying to throw it to Sanchez on a flanker screen. He had no place to go. So you watch Gotoy. Throw it across the middle of the field. Nice standing in there. 4th down and 4 for the Warriors now. Gotoy brings them out. They run a jet option pass, and this is just the defense was all over that as they tried to give it to Robert Farrell on a jet option. They come out there, Victor, and what they do, he's going to go a little deeper as you watch him going deep on this, looking for a wide receiver. Watch it on the replay here. He comes across now. Look, he's got it in his hand to throw. He goes deep. He realizes everybody's covered. Now he's got to run. And the Hornet defense, once again, Brian Crooks' defense. Brian said they just got it. They realized what they needed to do, and that's what they've done. The Hornets are up by 7 with 9:55 to go. Prakash now comes in, lucky at running back. On a Horizon to the near side of the field. Prakash now puts Ryzen in motion from left to right, goes back. It's time to throw, throws to Nosip, across the middle of the field, incomplete pass. So as sharp as the quarterbacks were last week when you and I watched them, Victor, this week they're not. You know, Victor, here, put these on instead of just shaking your head right and left to me.
On the defense, number 5, 10 yards.
You don't really have to say
first
anything,
down.
but we'll make it look like you're busy up here. So
Thanks,
I got
Mark.
Victor Vasquez on the air with me. We get defensive holding, so that's going to move the sticks all the way up to the 40. Lucky at quarterback, lucky at running back. Prakash at quarterback. Nosip to the near side of the field, trips to the far side of the field. Tim Allen, Griffin, Hunter Risen. First down and 10 at the 40 for the Hornets. They're up by 7 on a sluggish start here. They give it to Lucky coming to the near side of the field. Lucky gets driven out of bounds by Tony Dancy. So Dancy makes the stop on that. Victor, you were there last week, 77 points or 71 points. Today it's just as night and day.
Very different, Mark. I mean, you mentioned it before. The 3 quarterbacks just seem very sluggish on the offensive end. They're not hitting their spots as they did last week. So we'll see if they can try to pick it up. Again, I mentioned it to Corey. There's only 5 completions between the 3 quarterbacks. So we'll see if Prakash can change that on this drive.
Second down and 13. Straight dive again. And the defensive line for the Warriors has been stalwart. As Vandrew comes up and makes a big play down there. And they really do. We were told their defensive line is something to talk about. And so far they've shown that today with a third down and 13 right there at the 39-yard line.
And you know, Mark, the secondary has really done a nice job too of bracketing Hunter Rice, one of the better receivers here at Fullerton College. Watch as Taylor and Sanchez, both the linebacker and the safety, bracket Ryzen as he's on the field in the slot position. Look for Fullerton to use more motion and isolating him on the weak side to get him open more.
So the Hornets come away with a third down and 12, incomplete pass. So the defense has been the offense. I guess you could say the offense has been the defense. It's topsy-turvy. Noah's Victor, Victor's Noah, Ryan's not around. Corey, who knows? Guys, Halloween's over. Thanksgiving's coming up. We need a little more excitement out here. Fonseca, beautiful, high, spiral, signals for a fair catch right at the 30. So with 8:29 to come here in the first half, it's the Hornets 7, the Warriors 0 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Victor Vasquez, Noah Alvarez, Ryan Osborne someplace in the back. Corey Neyland is out getting a suntan. Gabby Neyland is on a cruise, and that's it. Well, we playing shuffling announcers in this game?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm dealing
Musical chairs, if you will.
I'm dealing cards up here, to say the least. Gotoy comes out, just trailing by 7. Looking for his offense to do something. And Ryan, it's just stifling defenses or sluggish offenses.
Sluggish offenses.
So they decide to run it up the middle, which has been absolutely nothing, and produces Sean Pergine gets no place.
And you're seeing both of these two sides offensively not only are they sluggish, Mark, they're just hesitant. They're not really sure what their read is going to be. You've seen Gatoy on each of the last 2 drives not go to his primary option in terms of screenplays. He's not sure where he wants to throw the football.
Rolls out, looking for something, going down the middle of the field. Finally throws it on the dime and gets it to Johnson. So Johnson finds a little room out there, and finally he beats Malcolm Berry on the coverage for the Hornets and gets a first down. First and 10 at the 40. Gatoy comes back out. Takes it himself. Works his way up the middle, off tackle, gain of 5 on the play. So Johnson to the near side of the field. Straight dive play one more time. Raymond Graham gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Third down, Ryan, and this has been where both these offenses have been. Third down, and I can't get it.
And when you talk about third down, both of these 2 teams combined are 1 for 8 in their possessions. They just haven't been able to actually convert on anything.
We'll see if that happens here. The Hornets bring the pressure. Throw it out in the flat. Try to get away from one, but the defense again, Ryan Osborne, as they get all over Graham, who has no opportunity.
That was Joe Christensen who had the initial wrap-up. As you can see the replay here, Christensen ends up stepping up, trying to make sure that he contains them. And by the time that Christensen gets there, it's enough to slow that momentum down before he gets any further.
Graham still in the backfield. Johnson to the right. Gatoy looks things over. Corey Payne, the far side of the field. Graham comes up. They throw it over the flat. Incomplete pass. And so the Hornets stop him again. The defense comes up with the touchdown. Willis gets a high snap that goes over Gatoy's head, controls it in the end zone, and that's why we're sitting here 7-0 here on SportsNetUSA.net. Ryan, watch it again. Breaking the ball, a little slip, because if he doesn't slip, the pass is there. And Johnson can't control it as it goes to the ground. Quinn Commons back in the game. So that's Commons.
You got it, Mark.
They hand it off to Brandon Rankin. Brandon Rankin says, oh, I've got a weight on my shoe. Don't be looking behind my back here. That name was right. I wrote it out in big crayon on the glass here. Watch it right here. Brandon Rankins comes through the middle. Good initial hole. Gets hit there. If he can slip a foot out, Corey Neyland's going to kiss him goodbye. Maybe just kiss him.
Watch for Rison across the middle of the field. He's not guarded in the slot on the left side.
Commons goes back. Commons says, well, wait a minute. Kashawn Griffin wasn't guarded either, but they closed on him quickly for an incomplete pass. Third down and 2. Corey Neyland, head referee, conferring, saying, no, there wasn't any grab on that one. Maybe a shaking of hands, but no grabbing. Charles Byers Jr. goes to the far side of the field, along with T.J. Griffin in the slot. Third down and 2. Commons rolls out, being chased, flips it over to Lucas Luft across the 50, down to the 48. So Lisa, if you're watching this at home, Lucas pulls in a pass for you on this wonderful weekend at Shapell Stadium.
And you watch Quinn Commons here on the replay. He's going to roll over to his right. He's going to wait for Reyes to commit to him first. Then he ends up dropping it into Luff. If Reyes doesn't take that one step up, Luff isn't open on that sideline.
First down and 10 across the 50. Tim Allen to the far side of the field. Griffin in the slot there. Nosip to the near side of the field. Hunter Rison on the slot there. Straight dive play. Brandon Rankin gets hit on the initial contact and stopped for no gain.
Rankin ends up getting dropped by Epineza on that right-hand side. Epineza got into the backfield because he ended up pushing away Nate Ramirez. I've got more errors today than most baseball teams, Mark.
Quinn Commons goes back again. Quinn's got time. Throws it to Rankins coming down the backfield. Turns at the 40, stays on his feet, refuses to go down. So Ryan, my list is not right. Osborne is leaving. Corey, you may question my list. Neyland is coming on the air. And Noah, I don't know why I made a list. Alvarez is down on the field. Well, you three guys are back? Oh, okay. Quinn Commons takes it down and says, you know what? Let me run it across the 20 down to the 19. So the offense is moving.
Yes, they are.
Quinn brings them up quickly, trying to catch the defense without getting off the field. Has to wait for his own players. Quinn goes back, has time, middle of field. Nosif, touchdown, Hornets.
Good play, and it's just not just a good play by the Hornets. It's one of those things where they get up quickly with, watch the replay. He wants to go to one place and one place only. That's number 9, touchdown for Kalen Nosif. He's there all day, and it's just that quick play, Mark, that allowed the defense not to get set, but Fullerton offense already knew what they were doing. It's like they had 3 plays called in a row.
And that's number 16 for Quinn as the quarterback.
Best quarterback in the Southern California, Mark.
And you know what? You say that. I know you started to laugh there because you've been one of the ones that have said, as Bobby Palacio drops it and then just Bobby goes, wait a minute, where are you going? You're supposed to block for me when I drop the ball. As Palacio gets taken down. But can I go back to where you almost started laughing? You've said this about Quinn all year long. You've been as we watch Bobby says, oh, wait a minute. Okay, now where's Fonseca going? Don't run away. I need help. Bobby goes down. But you've said this all year long about Quinn. Let's be realistic. Not everybody here at sports@usa.net has backed Quinn as a quarterback. You have, and I got to ask you again. His numbers aren't gaudy, but you say he's one of the better quarterbacks in the conference.
Yeah, normally when you look at junior community college stats and everything, you want to see those gaudy numbers. You want to see those outlandish numbers, the video game numbers. Quinn Commons is just a good quarterback. And when I mean by good, he can throw, he can run, he's smart, he's agile, he can move. Plus he can throw and throw precisely. He's got 16 touchdowns with 5 interceptions now.
Wait a minute, isn't that Jose Escobar? Fonseca, deep foot, taken at the 2. Up the middle, Farrell gets hit at the 25.
Jose Escobar, I'm going to say a little bit different than Escobar because Escobar, I think Quinn is a little bit more mobile. Even though Jose could move, he can get out there. I think Quinn could get out a little bit more. Jose probably has a better arm. Well, I'm not going to say he has a better arm. I just think if the offense was clicking all season long, Quinn would be right up there with one of the best Fullerton quarterbacks of all time if the offense has been clicking all season long.
There you go from Corey Neyland as the Hornets are now up by 14. Go Toy. Picks it up, Corey. He double clutches and almost loses the football on the play.
Yeah, it's a forced fumble by Troy McDonald. Troy, that's 3 forced fumbles, but Arteaga comes up with the recovery for the Warriors, and here he comes off that left side, and Gatoy just didn't even see him.
Loss of 7 on the play. Gatoy goes back. Here comes the pressure again. Look in the middle of the field. Can't hit his wide receiver coming across there, and that was Scobus all by himself.
We talked to Coach Brian Crooks and Phil Austin earlier, and it's one of those things, Mark, where the defense is finally getting it. You talk about the offense struggling. The defense has been struggling mightily this season. But that time they played the out route, they played the in-between route, and they played the deep route, all switching like a basketball team, switching pick and rolls.
3rd down and 17 for the Warriors. The Hornets are up 13-0. If they win this week, they set up the conference game against Mount Sac next week. Go Toy, throwing over the middle of the field. Take it out of the air. And Corey, that's one of the ones, if you're a defensive back, Isaiah Jones is running towards the Chevrolet, and you go, I got the interception. Wait a minute, it just went by me.
It's one of those things where the defensive backs was looking into the backfield and they saw the blitz coming, they saw the hit coming, and forgot they were covering a guy in the 50-yard line. As McDonald was in there again.
As they go down deep, taken down there. As Gotoy throws it down to Moore, and Moore comes down. Deion Moore.
Deion Moore with the catch.
So Moore takes it down at the 13.
Meeting Xavier Steele.
Straight up the middle, gain of 1 on the play.
And a play like the play before, the 2 plays before, where he throws it up and gets bailed out by Isaiah Jones, it still counts as a first down. It still counts as a 40-yard play, and it gives your team a little bit more confidence and momentum. Get down here to the 11-yard line and put some points on the board.
Raymond in the backfield, Jones to the far right, Gotoy quarterback. 2nd down and 8 at the 10-yard line. Deion Moore tight on the far side of the field. Go over, back shoulder pass. Isaiah Jones goes up, gets knocked away. Nice defense.
Reggie Whitfield, again, he's being picked on out there by the taller Isaiah Jones, and Jones is 6'4". Whitfield is 5'11". Watch the replay. You can see the height difference right there. As Whitfield plays him, and goes up at the highest point and knocks it away.
Graham in at running back. Jones stays out to the far side of the right. 3rd down, Hornets offsides.
And if you're the Warriors, Mark, you're going to have to be extra careful about any out route on either side of the ball, especially the number 25 side on the far side. But over here on the near
start,
side,
85 of the offense, 5 yards, still
Wow,
3rd down.
so the Hornets luck out on that one as they're going to call Scobus for moving on that.
and on the near side, Junior Wiley had a pick 6 last week. If they come to this side and try to hit Jones, they're going to have to be a perfect throw.
Gabriel Bermudez in the slot next to Jones on the near side of the field. Corey Payne inside. Bermudez. Gotoy looks the other direction. It's a pump and go middle of the field. Touchdown! Did he come down with it?
Yes,
Touchdown, Warriors!
And good coverage by Xavier Steele. Late help by David Farmer. Great catch by Deion Moore, and perfect throw by Gotoy. Watch the replay. They were going one play only, and he throws it. And watch this. Steele is playing the ball, playing the man, playing the ball like he should. He goes up high. That was Swanish for you old people.
From here, Corey, I thought originally it looked like he landed out of bounds, but he must have landed.
Yeah, he had 1 foot down.
in.
Yeah.
So the Warriors come back with 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go in this half. Go up, the ball is spotted, the kick is up, and the kick is good. It's now the Hornets 13, the Warriors 7. Here on SportsNetUSA.net.
And for you young people, it's more Hopkinsian than anything.
Corey Neyland. Noah Alvarez down on the sidelines.
And so 13-7 hasn't been the most crisp played ball game today in this first half.
See if Noah's going to grab one of the coaches when they go off the field.
As Tyler Beckwith is back with Kashawn Griffin. Are they going to kick to Kashawn?
You know, they already have, which I was surprised on a punt. Oh, yeah, they kicked to him on a punt. And Corey, I thought, why?
I don't mind the punt. I just wouldn't kick it to him on the kickoff.
So Beckwith and Griffin, they're going to go to Tyler Beckwith. He's going to take it in the end zone. He's taking it out at the 10, straight up the middle. Gets drugged down across the 20 to the 25. I like Kashan's leading the blocks. He turns around and looks at everybody like, where are you guys? Well, weren't you supposed to be following me?
He's a blocker in name only, Mark.
You know what? I'm going to go get a little
You know
Sean
how-
Griffin doodad wearing in my hair.
You know how you say just a barrette? You know how you just say, if you just get in the way, that's a block? Well, Sean took that to heart. They need to kick to him. Fullerton needs to get jump-started.
Commons comes back out. Quinn at quarterback starts Lucky in motion. Throws to Lucky in the flat. Lucky takes it out of there, stays there, gets driven out of bounds with a gain of a half a yard on the play.
Lucky's got good hands for a back out of the backfield. He catches all balls thrown to him. If it's in his vicinity, he'll come down with the catch.
But that's such a long stretch pass.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Second down and 9.5 for the Hornets. Hand it off to Lucky, straight up the middle. Lucky gets a gain of 5 on the play. We're at a minute and about 40 seconds to go in the first half. It's the Hornets 13, the Warriors 7 here on Sports at USA.net. So are all the boys coming up in the booth with us at halftime?
Don't care.
Okay.
I know we'll be up here talking.
Well, yeah, we be talking about our teams.
They can do what they want. They can just show a graphic and we'll talk about their teams if they want.
We can laugh at them.
I'm going to laugh at everybody's.
Okay. Quinn Commons throwing on a back shoulder play to Hunter Rison. Incomplete. And the Hornet offense needs to give the ball up again. And I'm going to tell you, the Warriors are starting to feel a little confident in this football game.
They should. That defense played well. The offense for Fullerton, those 3 plays, you kind of see if they wanted to run out the clock, but there was still 1 minute and 16 seconds left, so it didn't seem like they wanted to put any more points on the board.
Big kick. Farrell's going to take it at the 30. Sidesteps and a nice tackle right there for no return.
Jackson with the stop. Jackson, Mark, if he comes back next year, he's going to be one of the better running backs in California.
So the Hornets only up by 6. Boy, they put up a bunch of points last weekend against San Diego Mesa, 71, and only gave up 14. This game, they put up 13, and they given up 7. A reversal in roles from one week to another here on Sports at USA.net. Gotoy brings them out. Big first down play. Wants to get some coverage. Looking from the middle of the field. Incomplete pass. So Gotoy trying to find the big play and just can't get it to Corey Payne, who's covered tightly.
Covered by Isaiah Alcacer. Second half of the season, he's getting a lot more run. He's joined at the safety position by Saras Smith. Jacob Jones and Junior Wiley move up into those rover backers.
Gotoy goes the other side of the field. Almost gets picked there, Corey, and it should have been picked as Gabriel Bermudez wasn't around.
Gotoy went to the wrong guy. Up top, it looks like did he have Jones? No, that was Moore up top. Saras Smith was late on the rotation. If he goes right to Moore, that's going to be a first down, maybe more. Well, maybe 6, I should say.
Maybe 6. Jones comes down the bottom side of the field. Gotoy rolls away from the pressure. Feels it coming up, throws it up, and throws it out of bounds as he gets hit high and low, and the ball is tipped. So therefore, he's fair game. And I don't know.
Well,
I'd like to see that again.
No, it looked like he slipped, actually. It looked like he slipped and tripped.
Well, I don't
right
know.
There.
Is he throwing it forward? Arms coming?
Yeah,
Boy,
that's a throw.
I don't know,
throw.
dude. Then
That's
I
a
mark
throw.
him down. I mark him down. I think he's down before he let it go.
Well, I think he was down before he let it
That's
go.
what I was going to argue.
But it was still a throw.
Yeah, but
it was a throw. It
should have been a sack on the play.
I don't even know if it should have been a sack. But I like the incomplete pass. I'll go with that.
Sean's going to let it hit at the 30. Hits a Warrior, goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 29-yard line.
So after that replay, I'm going with the incomplete pass.
Okay, all right. I'm going to say he was down by contact and that it wasn't a pass.
It would have been a fumble. No, you said down by contact, so never mind. Yeah. I like the incomplete pass.
I think our crack TV department showed that I was right. They had the perfect angle on it, and
You know
it
what?
showed that he was down.
I'm going to be magnanimous right now and say you were right on that because you know I'm right on the pick. So I'll take that.
Oh,
Thank
man,
you.
please.
Thank you.
Please.
You heard it here first.
Corey goes, All-American, I'll take it. All-American, I'll take it. All-American, I don't have to think about this. I just go take All-Americans. It's easier.
2-time All-Americans. You can't pass that up.
See, look at that. Easy peasy for Corey Neyland. Quinn Cummins says, I wish I had an All-American right now. Going deep down the field, looking for Nosip. It was a foot race, and Quinn overshoots him. Here we go. Here we go. Watch this. TV department. He's going down. He's going down. Arm goes back. Knee is down. He throws the football. He is down by contact.
No.
Oh, I don't care. Corey Neyland is saying no when the bill comes to the table. No. So, I mean, what's that mean?
It means I'm not paying. But it means I'm right on that.
Quinn Collins runs away from contact. Throws to right. Hunter puts a little Corey Neyland move on at the outside line there with 31 seconds to go.
Don't I still owe you ice cream?
You do. Yeah, you do. Noah's going to owe us all ice cream after tomorrow.
So actually Noah and me owe everyone ice cream.
Yeah. Quinn Commons says, I want a touchdown. Throws it back out in the flat. Tim Allen takes it there. Stays in bounds. Gets up. They're going to run the clock. He does not get out of bounds. So the Hornets call timeout. Stick around with us at halftime.
First time out of the half.
Because we are, Corey Neyland and I have been around for a lot of years. Ryan Osborne's been around here as my intern and now works for the radio department. Ryan's been with me for 6 years. I was going to say 7, honestly. Ryan's got his list, but you'd think Ryan had been here all the time. You know what? If Ryan would have gotten here a little later, I'd have said he was reincarnated Tom Duff because he knows so much about the Hornets.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I miss Tom Duff. We miss him every broadcast, but we miss him sitting behind us right here so he can give us he doesn't need to write down a list.
He just say the name.
He just said the name. He'll give you 20 guys right off the bat. And that would, if he was here, that would be the definitive list. We're just making stuff up.
So Ryan will be here with his list. Noah will be here with his list.
And we'll do this quickly. And then we'll go through halftime, rest of the game. We'll pepper it in. You guys can tweet us at SportsNetUSA, net at SportsNetUSA. Email Mark Pavlovich at SportsNetUSA. Rye Osborne, what is it? Rye Osborne 22 on the Twitter.
Quinn comments, looking not to be smothered. We're going to get holding against the Hornets with 19 seconds to go. The Hornets going to get caught for holding. Here it comes. You see Quinn looking, realizes something's out there. A little dance step, and finally gets smothered in the center of it. And Corey, the offensive line, well, a different attack. They ran a lot last week, and that set up the pass. So far, that hasn't happened yet today for the Hornets.
Kind of like my allergies.
Your nose is running,
stuffy,
holding,
running nowhere.
On the offense, number 74, 10 yards.
A little bloody. Giving people headaches.
Oh, okay. Well, that's normal.
And making my eyes hurt.
So we're going to move them back across the 40.
Timeout, Fullerton. Because of the timeout, there will be no 10-second runoff.
So Garrett Campbell runs out and says, wait a minute, maybe we want to try one more play, so we're going to call a timeout. Realize when there's a penalty under 2 minutes, it is a 10-second runoff for every penalty, unless you want to use a timeout, and then you save that 10-second runoff.
Hook and ladder?
I would love to see old school trick play.
So we'll see if they take it back to 1982 with the hook and ladder. Spencer Owens on that little out route was open in that first quarter, then they missed him. And and we'll see what they have in store today, or this play.
Spencer Owens on the sideline. So they're going to stay out there with Tim Allen, Mr. Griffin, Mr. Risen, Mr. Nosif. He's going to go to the far side of the field. He's going to go to the other side of Yorba Linda. He's taking Mr. Risen with him. Quinn at quarterback. Hands it off to Brandon Rankin, looking for the outside. Cuts, looking for a block. Doesn't get it. Nice defensive play.
Colin Payne, his third tackle this afternoon.
Timeout.
Hornets call a
Fullerton.
timeout.
Last timeout.
9
Timeout of the
seconds
half.
till the wisdom will rise to the top of the glass. Now, stick around, Victor, because you're going to see knowledge. You're going to see fantasy. You're going to see indiscretion and irritability because he's going to realize that maybe his picks weren't that good.
Here's the problem. I know my picks are good because I peppered in people I like, you know, because we all put in some people we like, our favorites. But my whole team is not full of favorites. That's the person to my left.
Because my favorites are all great players. Not
There's only two things everybody agrees on is our starting cornerbacks.
it's about it.
That's
about
it.
is it.
Oh, and two linemen.
Yeah. Old. Old.
Yeah, and a quarterback.
And a quarterback. 3rd down and 7. Quinn takes it himself up the middle, looking for something. It just is not. They're going to mark him short. They got him right there.
Mark it a 4th down, please. Let's end this half.
They're going to wind the clock. The Hornets are going to come up. Quinn gets it away before the whistle, throws it to Risen. He's got to get someplace, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. Boy, it's like I wanted to get out of here, didn't I? As
Garrett Campbell wants more than 11 players on the field because there are about 14 players on the field for the Warriors. But I think if you're going to talk about this, you got to go back to 2 minutes.
And look, they're going to throw it here. They get it away just before the buzz, and Hunter Risen picks it up and says, wait a minute, clock is ticking. I got to find the sidelines. Hold everything, and he goes down right there at the end of the sideline. So stick around with us here at halftime as we are getting ready to bring you our all-time teams here at Fullerton College. Corey Neyland, myself, Ryan Osborne. Going to do that.
Does Ryan get a headset?
I don't know what Ryan's going to do.
Oh, they're going to work with Noah. We did a basketball game like that once.
Well, we could hold Little Joe walk in here. See, I can always say about him, and look at Corey Lowndes. This is my buddy Little Joe. See, look at that. See, that's love, baby.
I'm old enough to be his dad, too.
You're old enough to be his grandfather.
Yeah, but it's true. Yeah, we're going to do the all-time team right now.
And, you know, when Morgan Freeman's done, he'll give you an autograph. See? Now we know how old Joe thinks you are.
Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. Let's get into it.
So let's pot up Noah's all-time team because he ain't even here. So we're gonna pot up Noah's right now. If you have those, the all-time team for Noah after the Hornet cheerleaders, and they get. You don't know about the Fullerton College Hornet cheerleaders and song
Champions.
teams. Champions and athletes. So they're out there. They work just as hard as every other athletic team, and they've gone down to state. They've gone down to nationals, and they've won. So it's one of the more prolific and more recognized squads in the state and in the nation, actually. So they got players from all over.
So we're all here. The campfire's here. Thank you, girls. We want to thank you for being national champions. So the campfire's here. Noah's here.
Campfire
Ryan's
brought the
here.
s'mores.
We're here. We ready. For anybody who's going to be popping up those graphics for us, we ready. pick a name.
Okay, so Noah, just go ahead. We're going to start with quarterbacks. So yeah, I know you got a list in your hand. Some people need the graphics.
There we go. Noah's
go.
all
I
time
got
team.
a
There we
list.
go.
I got a
Noah
list.
quickly.
I got a list. So I got 4 quarterbacks, and I think that one quarterback that everyone has on their list that everyone can agree on, Jordan Hoy. I mean, he was a special player here at Fullerton College. And then, of course, Ladarius Skelton, Brig Owens, Connor Bednarski. Hard not to include those guys as well.
And I'm going to change it up on you guys right now. Pick one.
If I had to pick one, Ladarius Skelton.
Okay, Ladarius Skelton. Who's your 2 running backs?
If I had to pick 2 running backs, I'm going to go with Kenny Turner and Jeff Andrews. I want someone reliable. No one more reliable than Andrews.
Okay, receivers. You got 3.
I got to pick
Those are
3 or do I got to pick 2?
No, we're going 3. We can make it 12 or 13,
Okay.
however.
Then I got my 3 up on there.
Okay, Rich Leon, Eli Pleasant, and Marquise Avery. So Rich Leon is considered the greatest wide receiver, hands down, in Fullerton College history.
Give me one tight end.
Dave Warner came up big for that 83 national championship team. Also teammates with Dave Robinson, current coach here at Fullerton College.
Okay.
And he's got an offensive line. We're not going to get more than 5 as an offensive line.
No, so that we're gonna give you the offensive
We're
line.
gonna
So
give
we
you your
got
offensive
Jacob
line.
Jankoviak, Matt Gray, Joe Eberline thought of that one. Matt Gray, I forgot all about Brian Woods, 2-time All-American Chris Woods, and Briante Matthews. Okay, defensive line, you got 4. Who's that?
Montre Bonner, John Guyton, Steve Joyner, and Joey Noble.
Why Joey Noble?
Joey Noble, 2018 Conference Defensive Player of the Year. He just wreaked havoc in that middle at that defensive tackle position last year. It was my first year at Fullerton College too. He was obviously, by far the most eye-opening player I saw on the field.
So you got 2 linebackers.
I was going to say, can we talk linebackers? Because you do know this guy over here on the right was an offensive lineman.
But you know what? Actually, you know what? Dave Ogus
played
was
both
so
ways.
good.
He played both
He
ways.
was so good. He could have played linebacker. So you got Caleb Johnson and Rich Carrillo. Okay. And then your secondary, give me your 2 cornerbacks.
2 cornerbacks can go Lee Aguirre and D'Angelo Ross.
Okay, so your safety is going to be who? Brian Owens and Xavion or Taj Jones?
I'm going to go Brian Owens, and I think Xavion, we've talked about this in games past, Xavion Steele, talented enough to play all over the secondary, so I'm going to move Steele over to safety.
All right, so you got a kick returner. It's Justin Manningweather. Punt returner, Kashawn Griffin.
Flip those 2. I think it's the other way around.
There you go. Okay. Kicker, Rick Frank.
Part of that 83 national championship team.
And you went Sean Wren as the punter? You didn't go Jim Wren? Okay.
I had to mix it up. Sean Wren had 10 punts inside the 20 back in 2008.
Okay, and he was an All-American also. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with any All-Americans you pick. So you picked your other guy, Juan Cuevas, as a sideline hero?
Yes, sir. One of the greatest athletic trainers in the state of California right now.
There we go.
Okay. So there's Noah Alvarez's all-time team. It's a good list. I mean, he's got the names there. Surprised at the quarterback spot where he went with Ladarius. I think because Ladarius could throw and run and was on a national championship team, that's kind of interesting to me.
I like my dual threat quarterbacks. I mean, we're just talking about it in the previous weeks too. Cooper Callis, a little bit more dual threat than some of the quarterbacks here starting for Fullerton College. So I like Ladarius Skelton over some of the other quarterbacks.
But he was part of a 3-headed quarterback team.
Right.
That's the thing that's missed. I mean, you got to throw a little Kane Wilson and you got to throw a little Johnny Photo because they helped make Ladarius who he was. He didn't do it by himself. They all helped each other. So on that one, I'm going to look at that as a little suspect for me just because I call that a 3-headed monster. I think you have to have the other two. You have to have the other 2 with him.
Yeah, and I think when you're looking at Ladarius goes under the category of athlete, ATH, more than he does quarterback because he did have a top 3 rushing season in Fullerton College history. But as Mark mentioned, if he doesn't have those other 2 quarterbacks as a change in pace, Ladarius possibly isn't even in that top 5.
All right, let's move on. So
right.
we'll pick on the rest of the guys here. We're
We're going to Ryan's.
Going to Ryan Osborne's team. We're going to pick on everybody. I know I'm going to get roasted.
you're
So
gonna
I'm
get
ready.
blasted.
Corey's already.
None of your picks are good.
I was
You
going
can
to say
already that.
I'm like the sausages on the grill. I'm already overcooked.
So go ahead and go ahead and go to Ryan's team and see what he has because you'll notice a lot of these players are the same on all teams. So go ahead and pick 2 quarterbacks. I'll give you 2.
All right, 2 quarterbacks. I'll go with Jordan Hoy and Brig Owens.
Now pick 1.
Jordan Hoy.
Okay.
I have Jordan Hoy. 1, because I saw him play. I saw his greatness in person. You have that touchdown record that he had here at Fullerton tossing-wise. Also yardage record as well. I think he was the most prolific in my opinion. Then when you go to running back, I like Ryan Bird, and I will give it to Gerald Hewlett, because, again, I saw him play. Now,
So you're going Ryan Bird and Jared Hewlett?
yes.
Okay, wow. Okay,
Nice
okay,
little backfield
okay,
right
okay.
there. And then if I could, on some packages, I bring in Bob Terrio as my fullback just to get us across for a first down.
What do you do? Wait for my list and then make his?
Okay. Well, that's what they have to do. Respect the elders. So
You
they,
see,
they're
I
respecting
made my
us.
graphic before yours, so you waited for my list technically.
Then give me 3 wide receivers. Give
Three
us
wide receivers, I'll go Rich Leon, joined by Marcus Grossman, and Jeff the touchdown maker Baker.
Okay. Give me a tight end.
A tight end, Jason Vanderberg.
No questions asked. The greatest tight end in Fullerton College history.
Your offensive line, we're just going to stay with those 6. And
Okay, who? If you had to have 2 guys on your offensive line,
I will go with Brian Woods and Dave Ogus. First off, Dave Ogus was one of the best offensive linemen in Fullerton College history. You go back to that 1965 team. The reviews that he got, a lot of guys who played at the community college level at that time, including the team from Texas that they faced, said that he was one of the most punishing offensive linemen that they had ever faced, including the Division I level when they ended up moving on. So Dave Ogus has to be one of the greatest linemen in Fullerton College history.
so no more questions for Ryan.
no, we still got some time. I'll cut him off if he goes over. 6 defensive linemen. Now, how many we let you have? We let you have 4?
4.
Go ahead and pick 4.
I will go with Brian Noble, Bruce Fitzpatrick, Montre Bonner, and I'll go Junior Gauta over
I don't
Joey
want to argue with
Noble.
any of those.
I'm not going to argue with those either. And here's the thing: in our all-time team, everybody makes it, but we're simply going for maybe the starters, if you will.
So give me 2 linebackers.
2 linebackers, I go Rich Carrillo, joined by Dustin Sober. Dustin Sober was excellent when he was here at Fullerton, and I also got to talk to him, of course, with Dustin Sober. It's brief interviews, but nonetheless, I like to put Dustin up there.
I already know who your picks would be at defensive back. That's obvious.
Wait, how many defensive backs are you giving me?
Well, we're going to give you 4. We're going to give you the 4 defensive backs.
So you're going to give me Leah Geary, D'Angelo Ross, Taj Jones, and I'll go with Aaron Garbett.
Okay, that sort of surprised me. I probably wouldn't have gone with that
And
one.
he's one of the more underrated Fullerton College players of recent memory, because there's a lot of recency bias here, and that's not a bad thing here. And so we all have the recency bias with us. And Aaron Garbett, forgotten guy out there. All right, so your special teams?
Marnez Ogletree and Kashawn Griffin. Kashawn Griffin, obviously, this year getting that record. Marnez had the previous one.
You can only have 1 punt returner.
Oh, Justin Manyweather.
Okay, you can
No
only
question
have
for me.
1 kicker
I'll go Rich Carrillo
and 1 punter.
and Mike Horan.
Oh, Sammy!
Now, is
Sammy, baby!
that Mike Horan Fullerton College, or Mike Horan for what he did in the rest of his career?
Mike Horan, Fullerton
And
College,
his
because
Horan?
his resume, Mike Horan, Fullerton College, he ended up being an All-American and All-Conference selection as well, so I'll give it to him here at Fullerton.
And then I'm going to give you a little answer. Why'd you pick the 12th man you picked?
Well, Tom Duff, as you guys mentioned, he was always here in the booth. Whenever I got to talk to him, Tom Duff was that guy that you could look at, talk to, and say, tell us a little bit about Fullerton College history, and he'd be more than willing to do so. He was the type of person that you could talk to. We always talk about once a Hornet, always a Hornet. That's what Tom Duff embodied for this entire program. He's in the Fullerton College Hall of Fame, and rightfully so.
All right, now we moved on to Mark Pavlovich's
The old guy.
all-time team. And this is going to be an
I
interesting
got like
one.
62 guys on my team.
That's okay.
So I brought a whole squad, not like these guys. Whoa, look at that.
Ooh, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
So since you have a lot of people, I know you like Tommy Kirchmeyer.
I do. I love Tommy Kirchmeyer.
So since you like Tommy Kirchmeyer, pick your quarterback out there.
I'm going to take Jose Escobar. And I'm
Why?
going to take Jose Escobar because I thought he was a great manager of the team. Maybe not the greatest quarterback, he could throw well, but I thought he managed a team with a lot of talent. And I think that's very difficult to do. If he doesn't break his hand, they win up in Butte, and they win the state and national championship.
Yes, they do. So since you got a fullback there, since we know what a football team needs, you give me 3 running backs, because I know Bob Terrio is going to be your fullback.
Yes.
So give me 2 running backs.
Well, you know what? I gotta take this tandem right here. Ryan Bird and Ludicrous Speed. Because that's what I used to call him when I called the games, Ludicrous Speed.
I love No Angle Johnson.
And then I'm going to take Bob Ferguson as my 4th. Al
No,
Gidry.
you don't get 3.
Oh.
You only get 3.
Okay, then I got my 3.
Okay. No Angle Johnson was great. So your 3 receivers?
I'm going to take, and I know you disagree with me, I got Rich Lee on there because I can't argue with either of you guys. They're the best. But I'm going to take Eli Pleasant, made the biggest catch I've ever seen. Ryan LaGoria, because I really, really liked him.
You only got 3. Or are you going to skip Rich Leon since we already
I'm
got
going to
him?
skip
Okay.
Rich, and I'm going to take Jim Baker.
Okay.
I'm going to take Jason as my tight end because I've got 3 of them. My offensive line speaks its own mind. I got James Stanton down there.
Now, why John Pease? Why John Pease? on the
John
offensive
Pease is
line?
known as the best both-way player. This came from Hal Scherbeck that he really had. John Pease played both ways. The old days, offense and defense. Hal Scherbeck told me he was the best he probably saw. My defensive side, the only defensive lineman I'm going to leave out is Joel, but I would take him if I could.
No, you got to leave 2 out.
I got to leave 2 out? Oh, man, I'm going to leave out Joel, and I'm going to leave out Tyler. Bruce Fitzpatrick, Brian Noble, Montre, and Gabe Long, I'm taking.
All right, so linebackers, you got 3.
I'm going to take Simon, I'm going to take Dustin, and I'm taking Jim Burns.
Okay.
That's my 3.
Who is Jim Burns?
Jim Burns, old school, 50s player.
Okay.
One of the best All-American East Conference player in the old days. They used to do that. My defensive backs, I sort of go with you guys. I mean, who could argue with D'Angelo Ross? I like Matt Estrada. Corey, that's going to be one of the ones because we've already talked about the others. That's there. I got Al Guidry down there as a kick returner because I loved Al. Iconic call for me
You
in
know how I
Bakersfield.
feel about it. I love Al Guidry. I wouldn't put him on special teams.
I know.
I put him on all-time special teams.
Yeah,
person,
I know.
all-purpose
We had
player.
talked about that, but I got Al on there because my call that was always remembered in Bakersfield, at least for me, and that's why Al's on there.
You're wrong with D'Angelo on the punt return, so we'll give you Dion. Your kickers are okay. Why Sammy Pelescu? I want to get to the Sam Pelescu.
Sammy Pelescu. I love Sammy as a field goal kicker, and yet I couldn't use him as a field goal kicker. But Sammy Pelescu was somebody that I rooted for every game, was a great punter. But you know what? His iconic line drive Santa Monica field goal that won the game, that was 8 feet off the ground, 50 yards long, won the game for us. Second longest field goal in Fullerton College history. That's why I got Sammy. And my entire thing is the coaching staff. I've had great 19 years with Fullerton College coaches. Nicest men and women, I'm talking all sports. To my partners, Corey Neyland and Ed Ford, to Rashawn Haylock, to Ryan Osborne, to Colin, to Brian, to everybody in the TV crew. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, thank you for making these games so much fun. And then to my 2 youngsters here that have just come along, the voices of Fullerton College volleyball. I'm proud of these 2 young men for what they've done, what they've worked at. They are on the heels of Ryan Osborne. I don't know if they'll ever catch him, but they on the heels of Ryan Osborne. And that's what makes this so much fun for me, seeing the young people make their way up the booth with us. And, of course, the old guy here.
They're going to catch him in a race.
They are, but that's the only place that catches little one-on-one basketball. We beat them. Let's go to the old guys one. Corey
I'll take
Neyland.
a 30-yard head start and still
Quick,
lose.
show me Corey Neyland, because I'm going to show you every wrong answer on the list.
By the way, this is the most complete list of the 4. I'm just saying, this is the most complete
Steve,
list.
who?
Because I got Jadae Wilflem in there as well. My list, there's just so many people here at Fullerton College football that you combine some people. But my quarterback is going to be really the one who started it all, is Brig Owens. Brig Owens started it all with Hal Scherbeck, and he's the one who really established the Hornets. And he's one of the first family. If you have a Mount Rushmore Fullerton football, Hal Scherbeck, Brig Owens, you can put 2 others up there.
I got to ask you about Monty. You got Monty on there. Why you got Monty on there?
He was the guy who really established the run game for Fullerton College in the mid-70s. He was a run guy, and he was an All-American. He's the guy who started it all for prolific runners. Keldrew York-Greer is a guy who's, speed of Kelvin York, tenacity of Andrew Greer.
Bothers me. I actually think I called these guys at least one game.
But since I also have Bob Terrio as a fullback, I love Jeff Andrews because he's the all-time leading rusher, but my 2 running backs with him are Kenny Turner and Ryan Bird.
You've got a plethora for an offensive line. So
Matter of fact, I'm going
get
to take away Ryan Bird. Just give me Bob Terrio and Kenny Turner.
Okay, well, I'm going to drop you down to your offensive line. You have more than the rest of us, so I'm going to only give you 5 offensive linemen. Who don't you want?
I want all of them.
Yeah, so who don't you want?
But I want Dave Ogus. I want John Pease. I want Chris Woods. I want Brian Hobbs, and I want Briante Matthews.
Okay.
I want tough, and then I want athletes out there.
defensive line, you got to get rid of somebody.
I'm just going to run all of them out there, and I don't need the rest of my defense.
No linebackers.
No. Brian Noble makes my team on the outside, along with Montre Bonner. You're not going to beat me. Then I got two-time All-American Lieutenant Steve Joyner and Larry McDuff. I wanted to go Gauta, but Larry McDuff, if you have an architect of one of the most fearsome defenses in college football ever, you make it on the defensive line.
I think your linebackers are interesting as all get out.
I
really do.
Just Lib John Sells is one of those guys who are good, but I'm not.
Not to mention one of the greatest athletes
Well,
in
he's
Fullerton
got
College
Reed
history.
Worthington up there, and I find that real interesting.
Yeah, and it was a tough choice between Reed Worthington and Dustin Sober. I knew you guys would have Dustin Sober up there, so I wanted to choose Reed Worthington. I think he is one of the most game influencers during a game on the field as there was. But I'm going Rich Carrillo, Just Lib John Sells, and I'll take Reed Worthington. I like Reed Worthington.
And your defensive backs?
Those stars right there. Those are the stars. Those are my
top
starting.
four.
Top four. Pekarsik, Owens, Aguirre, and Ross.
And I understand why you got the punt returners you got there.
Yeah, Deontay Sharp had the records before Justin Manningweather came. Deontay Sharp did things in 02 and 03 that were special. But Justin Manningweather for 2 years, every time he touched the ball, you knew he was going to score. He should have the record. But the officials in the championship game messed that call up, blew that call, because that was a game-winning national championship touchdown punt return on the final play. That was it. But Justin Manningweather, Kashawn Griffin, because he has those four, he's my kick returner, along with Bob Ferguson, who has the longest kick return in Fullerton College history. Take your pick on the kicker. We needed somebody from the 90s.
I'm going to ask you who Scott is.
He's one of the an All-American back in the 90s, 91 team, I believe it was. And he was just an All-American. He had a lot of opportunity to kick some field goals because those weren't the best Fullerton College teams, but they scored a lot of points. And then I got Sam as my punter because the kickers, yeah, he was great. You've never seen a 52-yard kick go 8 feet off the ground before. Sammy did it. But every time he kicked the ball, you knew you're not going to have a return for the punt, and he was a game changer. You know Ray Guy, for old folks out there, Ray Guy? That was Sam Pelescu at the community college level.
You know, if our SID were here, Phil Thurman, I'd tell Phil Thurman that all four of those lists should get printed and they should be put up in the office because I think people need to start putting together and talk about the greats. And I'm not talking about going back to the 40s and 50s for everybody, even up to the youngsters. I think it'd be fun to see a wall with different people with all-time great teams, coaches, fans, everybody.
It would be fun because we would want to see this. Everybody listening out there, you know how you can reach us on Twitter and on that other thing. What's the bookie face? You can reach us on the bookie face.
Pokemon, you can actually talk to each other?
And we also want to say Big Ray out there is always listening to us. But Mrs. Big Ray out there, Kathy with the K, love you, darling. We want to see you out here one day, is also listening and enjoying the broadcast.
Does she have her list at home?
She has a list at home. Ray has a list at home. We were looking for Papa Neil, who has a list at home. But we wanted everybody to have this and join us in making your list. I know the Stantons brought in, emailed me a couple others. I didn't put James Stanton.
They loving me now.
No, I had James Stanton on my team. He didn't make the list because I ran out of paper.
And he's not kidding about that. We had so many people that we had to make cuts and cuts and cuts to the point where changes were still being made this morning.
Yeah, and here's the thing. We want people to be annoyed at the list. We want people to say, your list is wrong. Here's the correct list. Here's the right team. And we enjoy that type of situation because, again,
we saw his list. Who
No,
cares?
because it's the best list out there. I don't care what you say. My list is definitive.
All I can tell you, know when Tom Duff shows up in Corey's apartment tonight as a ghost, it says, "You were wrong."
What? You don't like Elijah Kiss
McPleasant?
Yeah, Elijah Kiss McPleasant.
I called him last week, and the Senate Noah looked at me and said, "Who are you talking about?"
So
Elijah
that's what Mark was
Pleasant,
talking about
Jerry
with Shanola
McCoy.
Prince.
Yeah. Eli Pleasant, Jerry McCoy, and Marcus Grossman. How do you keep Marcus Grossman off the list? He might have had the best hands for Fullerton College in the past 20 years.
How do you keep the three off that Noah had?
You don't. You
With
can't pick
Ladarius
them off.
and
I
that.
mean, no, and here's what I like the pick of Ladarius because if you see what he's doing at Southern University, at Fullerton, if he had been that one guy, he could have been comparable, not almost as comparable to Jordan Hoy.
That was fun.
Yes,
you know
it
what?
was.
That was fun.
I like that.
Noah, Ryan, thank you very much. It's nice laughing at each other. And Corey, you're right. You know, none of those lists are wrong.
No,
you
they're not.
could pick. We
They're
could have
not.
gone forever. So thank you. Well, we get ready for a second half of football. Let's hope that's a little more exciting than the first half. As they kick to Kashawn 8 yards deep. Corey Neyland says, "Come on out, young man." He's looking for an opening. Tries to stays on his feet twice. Gets taken down at the 20. And Corey, he saw you waving him, saying, "Come on, baby, bring up number 5."
No, because he was 109 yards deep, Mark. He was 10. We say 108. I'm going to say 109.
Longest.
That would have tied the longest kick return in history if he had gone all the way. And he had Xavion back there with him, so you can't kick away from either one of them.
Can I say one of the guys that should belong in the Hall of Fame is maybe our director for Fullerton College TV?
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
coming out here every year with us?
Well, we were going to get to that.
Well,
but
we can get
after
through it during the whole game.
Yeah, after the play, we're going to drive something.
Okay. Quinn Commons comes out. Lucky Avenger or Avenger with an eye. A running back, Nosif to the near side of the field. Hunter Ryson in the slot. Griffin outside of him on the far side of the field. And then you go to Tim Allen on the other side of the field as we have a player down.
And on the tackle for Kashawn, I couldn't see who made the first hit, but he looked like he was shaken up just a little bit. And you know what?
You know what? We talk about how great our list is, but one of the things that you've got to have is a great car at home. And if you've got a great car at home, where else would you buy it? But Miller Toyota of Anaheim. That's right. You're looking for those all-American deals, those all-time prices that you want to get on a car. Maybe you want that all-American price and deal at the same time. Well, where do you go? Euclid and the 91. That's right. Miller Toyota of Anaheim is a proud sponsor of community college sports, high school sports, but most of all education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim.
And Colin Payne is up, walking under his own power, and he had a strong first half with 4 tackles. Quinn Commons leads his offensive unit out there, 11 of 16 in the first half, 108 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, I think that guy walking down there is from Australia. I can tell. Quinn Commons brings him out. Quinn goes back. Throws it to Ryzen, coming across the middle. Needed one more step, and you might have said, see you tomorrow.
And that's the first screen we've seen in offensive line is Glenn Bernard. Out there, Trevor Pulsifer, Tyler Walton for the Hornets. Jacob Vasquez.
Turek Taylor now in the game as a wide receiver. Quinn goes back again. He's feeling the pressure. Throws it out to Nosif. Turns the corner. One-on-one against the linebacker. He outruns the linebacker. Gets a gain of 6 on the play.
So Pulsifer, Ramirez, Bernard, Edward.
You watch it here on the replays. He comes straight across.
And Debo Washington. Nice tackle.
Nosif, Ryson, near side of the field. Turek, Griffin, far side of the field. Quinn's got time. Goes over there at the stick. And that's all that you got from Turek Taylor at the sticks. Turns and gets a first down.
Keith Conley walks off gingerly. So the big man is coming out of the game in as Lancelot Manuleleu.
First down and 10 at the 36. Quinn keeps it himself. Quarterback keeper. Gain of 6 on the play across the 40.
And that's what's going to open up the Hornets offense in this second half is when they run the ball. Here's your replay. The lines are open up just a little bit. RPO, Common keeps it. And he picks up positive yardage. He's got lucky in the backfield.
Gain of 6. Second down and 4. Right across the 40. This time, Quinn Commons out in the flat. Throws it to Taylor again. Turek Taylor gets it. Gets down to the 45.
And you notice how that quarterback option on the previous play, This one holds the defense on the fake. The linebacker's set for 1 second. Here's your replay. Hold the linebackers, freeze them a little bit as they come in. Hit Taylor pops outside for another first down.
So we have a Warrior down on the sideline, so we got an official timeout on the field.
And that's Jalen Stewart, it looks like. And no, not Jalen Stewart. Excuse me. So first it was Colin Payne. Then Keith Conley goes out of the ball game, and another starter for the Warriors is down on the ground. Let's hope the young man is okay.
So if Mount Sac wins this week or loses this week, and if the Hornets were to win this week, that means that the Hornets would be playing for the conference title next week at Mount Sac.
Join the Fullerton College Lady Hornets Dance Clinic on January 11, 2020.
So Quinn brings the team back out. Taylor goes to the far side of the field with Tim Allen. Nosif and Hunter Rison to the near side of the field. Lucky's in the backfield with Quinn. First down and 10 for the Hornets at the 45. Lucky goes in motion from right to left. Commons looks back, goes the other side of the field to Tim Allen. Tim Allen puts the ball on the ground, and they're going to say it's down. Boy, I'd love to see this in a replay.
We would love to see that replay if you have it, because it looked like Tim Allen fumbled that ball and was coming loose as he was stretching.
I thought he was down from up here. Here it is, Corey. Here it is. He's got it. It was coming out. That's a fumble.
That's a fumble.
He was not down when that ball came out. Wow.
The player was down before the
Yeah,
fumble.
it didn't look like his knee
Thus, it
came
is
down. I
second
think the
down.
ball was coming out, and then his knee came down.
Me too. I agree with you. Wow. So the Warriors, unfortunately, don't get the call they need. Quinn throws over here quickly, finds Taylor. Taylor's been the hot receiver in this second half.
And what's special about that throw is he throws it all the way down to the far side on and out. That's a strong arm throw.
So it's going to bring a 3rd down and 1 at the 35. They come out quickly. Quinn looks over. Tim Allen, Taylor, Rison to the near side of the field. Nosif looks over and said, what are we calling? Quinn takes his time. They bring an option. Quinn throws it out to Lucky. Lucky's got to turn inside. Excellent defensive pursuit on Lucky Avenger.
Justin Marks made the pitch a little bit farther out than Quinn Commons wanted to go. So watch the replay here. Here's Marks. He's got to force it, and Avenger is running diagonal. That's not diagonal. That's lateral.
Lateral.
So he's running lateral instead of actually running and looping towards the line of scrimmage on that pitch.
I formation, Sanchez the up back, 4th down. They run it. Once again, they did not get there. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, great submarining by the defensive front for the Warriors.
They gave him the mark, Corey. This is twice. If I'm a Warrior,
I would ask for a measurement. If I was the Warriors, I ask for a measurement here to make sure you tell me they got that first down. Don't just move the chains.
Well, don't move the football either.
Yeah, don't move the football. Don't move the chains. Ask for a measurement. Bring it out.
Because where he marked it at, okay, I'm going to ask you. You got better eyes.
Yeah,
I don't think he made it.
On that initial spot, he didn't make it. When they moved the ball down towards the Fullerton sideline,
you think they moved it up just a little?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit, and I think that'll make the difference.
I thought he had to get over the line with the ball, not the whole ball, just the tip on the other side.
Yeah, I thought he had to get to the line to pick up the first down, but that's a better spot when they moved it. He didn't get it on the original where they put it the first down.
Okay, so we're going to see here with 11:24 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Hornets up by 6. Ball is spotted. He did not make it.
He didn't make it.
So excellent defense by the Warriors. And realize the Hornets have to win this game to have a shot for the conference.
Yeah, and that was James Reyes who came up there and really disrupted the entire flow of that play.
So Gotoy comes back in. Robert Farrell to the near side of the field. Outside of Farrell on this side of the field is going to be Dion Moore, who has looked good as a wide receiver.
Safeties are Jacob Jones, near side 42, David Farmer 9.
They throw it that screen to Dion Moore, and Dion Moore is swallowed up as soon as he catches it.
Jacob Jones read the play even before the play was run.
Roughing the passer, number 99. He hit him in the face.
Hands to the face against Cameron Proctor. That's why they're going to call roughing the passer. Here's your replay. As Gotoy goes back.
Didn't really get to see it, but I'm not, first down for the Warriors. Thrown out there in the flat. Okay, now this is interesting because the guy who just threw the football was Dion Moore.
Yeah, he does that sometime, and there's your replay. As Dion Moore does have some completions and attempts.
Go Toy now. And the defense comes up for a loss on that.
And that was an ugly-looking play by the Warriors. And Josh Tarango was there to clean it up. 15.5 tackles for loss. That makes it number 16.5. Here's your replay. And I believe Troy McDonald is there first, then Joe Christensen, and now Josh Tarango. And looks like Julian Duckenfield is down on the ground for the Hornets, and there's a penalty against the Hornets. Something was said as they were walking to the sideline, and that's going to be another 15 yards mark.
And that's against. Now they're going to go back there.
We'll see what they say. And Mark, 16.5 tackles for loss. That I can't remember the record we had for Montre Bonner in that 2017 season. Oh, it's against the Warriors?
No, it's against the Hornets.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, 99 of the defense, 15 yards. It is his first unsportsmanlike call.
Must have said something. So Cameron Proctor, Josh Tarango, Troy McDonald, Jamal Dorsey up front, Joe Christensen the backer. They got that dime package with Junior Wiley and Jacob Jones. Whitfield 29 the near side, far side is Steele number 25. Isaiah Alcacer is the safety 22.
So they're going to discuss what was said. Garrett Campbell goes out there, discuss with the officials what might have been said and why a flag was thrown. Brian Crooks wasn't happy either. So Brian Crooks was like, what was said and why was the flag thrown? And so now they're going to come over and talk to Garrett. And they're basically taking him to the sideline and saying, well, this is why we threw the flag. Brian Crooks is not happy down there, Corey, on the sidelines.
Well, Raymond Graham is a running back next to Gotoy. And I forgot to mention David Farmer is the other safety, number 9 in blue. They're working behind an offensive line as Gotoy with Denny, Wingfield, Arteaga, Palomares, and Farfino.
It's Raymond Graham, the running back. Gotoy, the quarterback, tries to get the Hornets to jump. The Hornets come up like they're blitzing. Dion Moore to the near side of the field. Isaiah Jones to the far side of the field. They hand it off to Graham, straight up the middle. Tarango is waiting for him.
Wrapped up along with Cameron Proctor. Like I said, the two best interior linemen. Here's your replay, Mark. Tarango is there, gets ahead of there, and there's Proctor to clean him up.
Second down and 10.
We didn't even mention Shaw Lane.
Gotoy comes back. Here comes the pressure. Gotoy is sacked.
Troy McDonald making big plays today. That's his second sack of the game. And you talk about, here's your replay. Watch Tarango again. He's a disruptor. Right there, being held, gets through. But Troy McDonald, he rolls into trouble, and you can't do nothing about that.
So Isaiah Jones stays the far side of the field, Moore on the near side of the field. Corey Payne in the slot on the near side of the field. Bermudez in the slot on the far side of the field. Katoy goes to run, gets taken down, and is sacked again behind the line of scrimmage.
Cameron Proctor. That's 6 sacks for Cameron. 11.5 tackles for loss. Here's your replay. You can't do anything. Cameron Proctor is there, Jamal Dorsey, and actually he just trips, and Troy McDonald picks up his 3rd sack of the game.
Well, I like those. That's like getting a free gift at a market.
Yes, it is, depending on the market.
Well, yeah, okay. Hey, free is free.
No, not really. Free T-shirt is free.
For Street. High floater, middle field. Griffin takes it. Doesn't let it hit. I like the fact he goes into the crowd, Corey Neyland, and gets it. He is a smart return artist when you think about it. I know he's got the record, but let's talk about him for a second.
Yeah, as a kick returner, I think he's special. I mean, you don't run the ball back 4 times and for touchdowns and not be special. We saw Keon Lee return 3. Keon could have had 7 if he doesn't trip over the 40-yard line 3 times a game. I mean, he was one of ththose guys.
Line up, jumps and grabs him.
Pretty much. And then you have Marnez, who's just an athlete. Keyshawn is more, like you said, more of an artist in the kickoff return game.
Quinn Commons puts Ryzen in motion from left to right. Quinn goes back, has to get some protection, has time, goes over the middle of the field. Brandon Rankins is standing there waiting for a bus and realizes the 47's the one he wants, and it got on the 50, and he's heading for Newport Beach.
And here's the thing Quinn has to work on. He has to work on being more aggressive down the field. He's got Hunter Ryzen all alone at the 35-yard line in the middle of a zone. He needs to make that throw and complete that pass.
2nd down and 10. Rankins stays on his feet, gets to the outside. It's now going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 for the Hornets.
I like the way Rankins runs, brought down by Justin Sanchez. Sometimes, though, he gets too enamored with breaking the ball and breaking the run on the outside.
7:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. It has been an interesting offensive battle in today's game. Tim Allen with Taylor on the near side of the field. Quinn feels the pressure, has to throw it now. Quinn's in trouble. Now he's got to run. He's got to stay on his feet. Step to the inside. Quinn should have enough for a 1st down.
And there's the mobility you were talking about. He hesitates on the throw, and he had 2 receivers open. But he's able to get outside of the rush. And he gets out of the side of the rush. Here's a replay of Amasoni. Right there, he eludes. And now the backer's coming up, and he's just not fast enough for Quinn, who has his head up and picks up the 1st down. Nice job of staying in bounds as well.
Tim Allen has the ball thrown to him on the next play.
And you gets
a gain of 7.
Sorry, Mark. You gotta feel that the run game is gonna open up the pass game a little bit more. Maybe pound the rock, and that's why you like the Ryan Birds out there. And you run behind that offensive line, let them get some confidence and win the game for you.
Quinn again almost gets him to jump. Charles Byers Jr. to the far side of the field. Quinn chasing things up. Hands a running play against. Brandon Rankin gets stood up at the line of scrimmage. And Jake Novello just hits him on a dead run and stands him straight up the line of scrimmage.
And that's a good play by both squads. On the defensive side, you're sniffing out the run. On the run game, you got 2 yards. You're still short of the 1st down. But let's say you get 3 2-yard runs. That 4th run is going, or that 3rd run is going to go for big yardage.
3rd down and a short yard for the Hornets. They hand it off to Rankin. Rankin follows his blocker and gets a 1st down. And you like the fact that he follows his offensive lineman.
Yeah, that's the problem they had. Here's your replay. A problem they had in the first part of the season is not following your blockers. Just Corey Edward leading the way, and another block by the tight end, and picks up the 1st down. 1 yard got. Now you pick up 3. Let's see if they can move the ball and matriculate.
Nosip to the far side of the field. Ryson in the slot. Taylor to the near side of the field. 1st down and 10 at the 47. Quinn goes back, has time, steps away from the pressure. Quinn takes it again, does a little flip job just short of the 50. Gets a gain of 2 on the play.
And here's what you mentioned, Jose Escobar as your quarterback. he would let his receivers make plays. I'm going to throw it to you. You might be covered, but I'm going to still throw it to you to let you make that play.
Yeah, and that's, Jose, all time, well, on my list, yeah. I see where people could argue against me, but I like the way he managed the game. Quinn rolls out, throws it, looks for Hunter. Hunter's on the sideline, catches it, complete pass. And that's a Jose Escobar play.
Yeah.
Right there to Hunter Rison.
And Jeff Fleming's the same way. Dave
Love
Wilson was,
Jeff.
yeah. Here's Quinn. If you go back to Steve DeBerg and Dave Wilson, they were more prolific. Even Kane Wilson. Let me put it this way. What I had as one of my quarterbacks was Kane Ladarius Photo. He was going to be he was a great quarterback.
He was. Nobody could beat that combination.
Play clock to 25
And I like
seconds.
you brought up Jeff Fleming. I still see Jeff every once in a while. Excellent quarterback for Fullerton. Quinn has time. Open his nose of the middle of the field, cuts back, stops his route, gets a block from Hunter Rison, which gets him across the 10.
And I don't care what you say, it's not the receiver, it's not the zone coverage, it's not the quarterback. Watch how long he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 seconds to throw and allow your receiver to get open. That's the offensive line doing work.
Quinn hands it off to Brandon Rankins. He's got outrun 3. Gets down. We're going to get a flag. That one should be coming back. Tim Allen, I think they've got for a hold.
You got Tim Allen for a hold? I thought it was going to be a face mask.
Really? I thought they got Tim Allen for a hold. We'll see here.
I can't see anyway.
See if Corey Neyland's right on this or if it's Mr. Pavlovich.
Illegal
Oh, yeah,
block.
chop block.
Oh, we're
Number
both
11.
wrong.
15 yards from the spot of the foul.
If you have a
Repeat first
replay,
down.
we'd like to see it because it's not something you need. That's a wide receiver doing the damage, and wide receivers, well, sometimes they block, sometimes, well.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too. James Griffin, the
And here's
receiver
your
coach.
replay.
Okay, it's got to be up there.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, it's
yeah,
right there.
Right there.
Oh, they went down low. Who was that?
Turek Taylor. There you go.
Okay, went down low. Good call by the officials.
Yeah, and you don't need to block that.
No.
All you need to do is
step
stand
in front of him.
Yeah.
That's it. Quinn looks things over. Charles Byers Jr. to the near side of the field. Brandon Rankin running the attack straight up the middle. We're at 3:41. A very methodical, quiet third quarter as we look at it. And when we talked about our great teams around here, we didn't mention Connor Benarski.
Connor Bednarski is one in a career. He's one of those steady guys that you see out there. He's going to play. He's going to make the big plays. He's going to be a gamer. For 2 years, he was special. We didn't even mention Darius Banks.
I was going to bring him up next, yeah. Quinn Commons rolls back, looking for the corner. It's a fight. And over here in the flat with nobody around him.
We had Coy Thomas in the end zone. And what happened is the rush for El Camino pushed him out of the pocket, out of his comfort zone. So that pocket was collapsing, so he had to come out to the right side. He couldn't see the flat, couldn't see the end zone, throws it away.
Nosip goes to the far side of the field. Hunter Rison to the near side of the field in the slot. Taylor inside him. Then the closest one to us, Tim Allen, who was on the coach's show with Noah Alvarez. Quinn comes back. Has time. Middle of field, touchdown Hornets.
And you love the play call by Garrett Campbell because the exact same play as they missed Coy Thomas. They hit Kalen Nosip for his 10th touchdown of the season.
Can we see this again? Because Quinn Commons does what Corey Neyland says as a quarterback you should do. Corey, watch Quinn Commons. He stays there and gets leveled. And you've often said to me, if you're a quarterback, you might as well throw a touchdown because you're going to get flattened anyway. And that's what Quinn did. So Nosip gets it in the end zone as Quinn Commons now puts another one on the board and continues, well, he continues to do what we keep talking about down there. Bobby handles it. The kick is up and the kick is good.
And that's the second touchdown for Nosif today. He had 3 against Santa Ana. He's got 10 on the year. That's still 8 short from Jeff Baker's record for a single season of 18. You know who has a career record of 23? I know everybody out there in TV land has the answer.
I don't hear Ryan Osborne or Noah Alvarez saying a thing.
They don't know. Rich Leon has it with 23 in a 2-year career.
Noah, I don't know where I don't see him.
That's okay. We're going to talk about TV anyway. You wanted to say something about this.
Well, you know what? Let's look at the many years. Fullerton College TV for many years back, was always doing Hornet football, and then they came back out and joined up with us here at Fullerton College. The nicest group of people. They have the nicest gentleman, Brian Brooks, back there. He's directing for us. He's going to say that's it. He's done. Sir, I wish you'd stick around for one more year. That's what I'm going to do. You and I should go out together. You should say one more year. I go out with the old guy.
Hall of Fame.
I'll take the blame. You can call me the old guy. You stay for one more year because you're young people. And, yeah, you're all younger than me, so you're all young people.
We're all
Do
younger
the
than
nicest. Thank you, Corey. Do the nicest job here for television at Fullerton College. I'll tell you what, did basketball with you the other night? It is a true pleasure to work with an artist and a kind gentleman like you. Fullerton, pooch kick in the middle of the field, taken there and down at the 30. Thank you for everything
Mark,
you've done.
He's not an artist. He's an artiste.
I tell you what.
That's what I've heard. He's got a little hashtag
he's got the little
apostrophe
thing.
over
He's a
here.
miracle worker. He works with you and I. That's a miracle, to say the least.
No, that's
He's
not
got Ryan Osborne out there with
him.
him.
That's nothing miraculous about that. I did see him with a bucket of aspirin, though.
Okay. And, of course, he's got Noah on the sidelines.
2 buckets of aspirin.
Okay, there we go. So thank you for everything you've done. You just don't get enough love and enough praise for the program you've helped keep together at Fullerton. Right now, El Camino needs to find somebody that can bring them a little magical touch and maybe healing hands, because the Hornets feel like they have, well, a little control in this game with 2:44 to go here in the third quarter. Toy comes up. Going to start running against the Hornets. And the Hornets, okay, Corey, Brian Brooks said his team finally got it. Because you always call the defense.
Well, they tried to go misdirection. So Michael Noble was in there. He comes up with the stop. Watch your replay here. They tried to go misdirection. They pull the guard. Braden Lewis is there. He had nowhere to go. Michael Lewis is trailing behind and picks him up because Braden Lewis was there to hold him up.
Toy looking to go in the flat. It's caught. It's going to be caught out of bounds. What, are you coming over here, Ryan Osborne, to tell me that you've been thrown out of here? They didn't have enough aspirin for you?
So I just talked to Big Ray, and he mentioned that he's got a couple of guys that he wants to put on there. One being Adam Lancicero, who is a linebacker and a running back as well for Fullerton College. He felt that Lancicero was just a ball hawk, and he impressed him every time he watched him. In addition to Sammy Pelescu, he said that he was the best Fullerton College punter kicker he had ever seen, and it stood out in his mind.
See, Ray knows what he's talking about. As Griffin takes it, says, Corey Neyland's off the air. Watch me get spun around. Watch me need one block, Corey Neyland. Oh, put the turn on. If I stay in bounds, just get it. There's a flag right at the 43. I thought Brian said to you, Ryan Osborne, I don't have enough aspirin. You need to leave. Ryan, Corey Neyland's coming back. If you meet anybody else out there, ask them if there's any other old-timers like us. Ryan Osborne doing field work.
No one should do a
Blocking
survey.
back on the return team, number 22.
I'm kidding. And here's your replay. And it's going to back him up 15 yards as a crackback block. You're going to miss it off camera.
Right there. I thought that's where they threw
I
it.
hope not.
Yeah, because it's not. Did you see the flag they threw last week that Ed Ford sent you?
Oh, yeah. Now, that one was. This one, as you see the call, and you see he was turned around. And when you're trying to go against the defenseless defenders, then that's why you made the call. It wasn't a bad call. It was the right call.
Quinn Commons stays in the game, hands it off to Lucky. Lucky gets a gain of 2 on the play. So it looks like Quinn will play the third quarter, the entire third quarter, as we're down to 1:42. Here in the third quarter, it's the Hornets 20. The Warriors 7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Lucas Luft now in the game.
Had one big catch today.
So Lisa, he's out there playing. Quinn comes back, going deep. There's dragging it going on at court. There's nothing like a receiver saying, that's my handbag, give it back to me. This is that Friday sale.
And that's on Alfredo Reyes looking for TJ Griffin. And new offensive lineman for the Hornets is going to be Isaiah Obis. Looks like here's your replay. There's the hold.
Holding,
Isaiah Obis
defense number 24. 10 yards from the previous spot, first down.
is the left tackle. Nate Ramirez is the left guard. The center, as always, Glenn Bernard. Glenn Bernard, the way they've been playing the last in conference, he might be an all-conference performer, Mark. You've also got Tyler Walton and Trevor Pulsifer. No, actually, that's Darren Washington on the right tackle.
Lorenzo Penn now in the game, the near side of the field with Hunter Risen. Taylor, far side of the field. Quinn's got time. Flips out here to Lucky. Lucky gets it coming out of the backfield, crosses the 50, another first down. Love when they throw to the running backs.
Yeah, because it opens up downfield as well, so you're not so preoccupied with Hunter Risen going down. Here's your replay. Quinn is patient, throws the ball, and again, Lucky doesn't drop passes.
Lucky comes off the field. Brandon Rankins comes back out.
Brandon Rankin's longest run this season, I believe, isn't it 50 yards?
Lorenzo Penn's still in the game. Hunter Risen near side of the field. Quinn staying in there. First down and 10 at the 50. They hand it straight up the middle. Brandon curves back. Corey Neyland said, well, it was going to be 50 yards. Gain of 8. So the clock ticks. The Hornets up by 13.
And give credit to that Warrior defense. They're just getting hands and preventing those big runs. Here's the safety coming up and fielding Logan Taylor. That's his 4th tackle today.
Quinn going back, runs away from the pressure, buys himself some time, tries to hit Tim Allen on a comeback route, and just overshoots him.
And again, the flow there on that play, no play action pass, so it didn't freeze the linebackers. Everyone stays in coverage, and El Camino dropped into a zone. And we were talking to the coaches about El Camino's football team, because in the 90s, they were the pinnacle of community college football, early 2000s as well.
Quinn looks over. Once again, Nosip and Risen near side of the field. Tim Allen, far side of the field. Brandon Rankins in the backfield. 3rd down and 2 for the Hornets. They hand it off to Brandon. Sidesteps one. Cuts back. He's just going to be short.
You remember when we talked about he was too enamored with cutting to the outside and getting on? He's got to run straight ahead. He picks up the first down. You pick up the first down, you get another run and take off. Now it's 4th and 1 into the 3rd quarter.
So we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. As we come to the end of the 3rd quarter, it's the Hornets 20, the Warriors 7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Noah Alvarez, I know you're down there someplace. I was going to ask you, the attitude going down there right now, you're up by 13. Is there a change of feel? It just feels like a sluggish game no matter what the score is.
Run game going, and it's really because you said it in the beginning, Mark, I believe, a very disciplined defense on both sides. So give it up to the El Camino defense and the Fullerton defense for being very disciplined and making these teams having to run around them.
Thank you, Noah. So thanks, Noah, with thank you. So we head to the 4th quarter. As we set it up, if the Hornets maintain this lead, Corey Neyland, they go into Mount Sac next week, and it's all about who wins the conference.
And we're going to Mount Sac, and we're going to bring our crew and our equipment.
We're going to do it even from the stands. Let's do it with the fans,
well,
baby.
That's the thing. They didn't let us do it 2 years ago because they didn't have any room in the booth.
We don't care.
If they have a power outlet on the opposite side,
we sit there.
We're doing the game.
We bring our camera. We got somebody with an automatic hotspot. We bring our camera. 4th down and 1. Straight up the middle. Brandon Rankins does what Corey Neyland says. Brandon, there's a hole. You run through it and head for the goal line.
And it makes it easier on your offensive line. That's what they want you to do. Run behind me. Watch that. There's Ramirez. There's Bernard Seal. That's a great seal. Did you see Bernard stand up there and make that wall? That's like an alleyway.
Brandon says, well, it worked once, it worked second. I'm going to follow my line. Corey, give a little love to this offensive line. I need to hear who's out there.
Oh, there's Ramirez again. Bernard.
As we watch it on the replay, Corey giving a little love.
Edward. No, that's not it.
First down and 10 for the Hornets. Straight dive. Sanchez the up back. Brandon Rankin the deep back. Old school power football. There's nothing better than that on a football field.
And now you're setting up your wide receiver on a seam route. As Ramirez is in there as well, along with Isaiah Obis, Glenn Bernard, Corey Edward, and Tyler Walton.
Tim Allen to the far side of the field. Hunter Rison in the slot. Nosif to the near side of the field. Lucky in the backfield. Quinn at quarterback. Has time. Looks the middle of the field. Touchdown, Hunter Rison. Man, oh man, how pretty was Corey Neyland's call.
And they hit Hunter Rison on a seam route. He was held. The touchdown's going to stand, but he has very, very good hands. I think he's faster than Marcus Grossman.
Yeah.
I'd like to see whose hands might be better because anything you throw near him, he catches.
So let's see what the call is. Holding against the Warriors. Touchdown Hornet.
And here's the thing about the play. Watch the replay. You see Commons look off, then go over. Perfect throw. And you see him catch it. Hunter Rison pushed off a little bit. Because he was being held.
Well, what I like about Quinn is Quinn threw for a spot and said to Hunter, go get the football, which he did. Hornets go for two. Quinn's got it, throws it, and misses Hunter. Again, if he wouldn't have led him so far.
Yeah, and he knew he had him, too.
Yeah.
He rushed that throw. But what was more impressive is what you don't see out there in TV land is the pre-snap recognition between Quinn Commons and Kalen Nosif on the right side. They pulled Logan Taylor. Here's the pass where he rushed it. Now he has him. He doesn't have to rush it. He could take another step to get his rhythm and then throw the ball. Only need 1 foot. So if you watch that play, Logan Taylor comes over and shades over towards Kalen Nosif. So as he shades over Kalen Nosif, he takes the single high safety away from where Hunter Rison is going. And after Hunter Rison gets out there, he's got no one behind him to disrupt that throw. That's what made it so special.
Corey, I have another report in terms of overall team. Coach Dick Campbell said that the #1 guy he would put on that list is Damon Swayze. He said he was so explosive. That scoring list was so incredible while he played under him. That was the person who stood out to him the most, in addition to Tommy Houts. He said Tommy Houts on the defensive side, the linebacking core, that was one of the greatest linebackers that he had ever seen.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, I got validation here. I got a Fullerton College legend, saying, yeah, Corey was correct in his linebacker position.
I'm sorry, I was out getting a drink of water. What are you guys talking about?
And I forgot about Damon Swayze because
caught right at the 10. They run a reverse at Corey. The Hornets are all over that. I thought for a second when they went backwards, the Hornets are going to pick it up and go in the end zone. As we've got 13:40 to go, we are 1 block away from going to Mount Sac with equipment and calling the conference championship game here on sports@usa.net.
Damon Swayze was so pro. I forgot about him. I wanted to put him, but if you saw him in high school, he would be on your top 10 list of all-time high school running backs in Orange County and in Southern California. Yes. In that southern section because he was dynamic.
Gatoy comes out. Sanchez, far side. Looks for Sanchez coming down the field. Almost take it out of the air, and if they take it out of the air, Corey, the defender's running by him. He has open field for the Warriors.
Xavion went for the pump fake. He was going for another pick 6. So they tried to come out and get him after that pump. You see it here. Damani Sanchez couldn't come down with it as Jacob Jones was closing down.
Gatoy looks back, looks the other side of the field. One more time, goes across the middle of the field. Almost picked again as he tries to go across there to Scobus. And Scobus hasn't come off his fingers.
And the passing lanes, those passing alleys that he has are so minuscule right now, even if it's a zone for the Hornets are running, because they drop back from their man-to-man, they're not enough for him to get in there and thread that needle.
So they come to a tight formation. Sanchez comes inside. Scobus is with him. Looking once again, throwing over here. That time, Sanchez is going to catch it. It's going to be first down. And you said you saw a flag?
No, that was just a great catch by Sanchez because Jacob Jones met him right when the ball got there. And you know what? That's who I was going to pick instead of Jared Hewlett, Ryan, is Damon Sweezy because that's a touchdown record.
Okay, there we go. It's nice to hear that, don't you? As you watch over here, that's a perfect pass by Gotoy. Gotoy once again goes to Sanchez. Sanchez has that one knocked out by who else?
Xavier Steele. That's pass breakup number 12 on the season, which leads the team. And you know what? I'm going to say it right now just in case we don't broadcast. Xavier Steele is a conference defensive player of the year.
Gotoy says that if he is, I'm not going in his direction again. Oh, almost picked on the other side of the field.
That would have been 2 in 2 weeks for Junior Wiley.
Okay,
and also, I'm sorry, co-defensive player of the year
because you got
Tarango.
Because I was going to just ask you. I was going to say you told me Josh Tarango was defensive player of the year.
It's co-defensive players of the year. Okay. Now I got to redo my whole. No, I'm just kidding.
Corey Neyland will have his players of the year next week. Almost a little jump. 3rd down and 10 at the 25. The Hornets up 26-7 with 13 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Here comes the pressure. Gotoy throws a screen. No place to go. The pursuit, the defensive back, and Corey, this defense has just arisen.
Because and there's 2 players. Junior Wiley, who made the stop here. You see him on the screen. And he shoots in position, brings him down, and Jacob Jones. They came up in the dime package and playing those linebacker positions. And they added more versatility and really more decisiveness on defense.
You know, this is where I'd be a horrible college player. I'd see Kashawn back there and I'd kick it to him and say, man, if you can get number 5, go ahead. I'm going to kick it as far as I can. I'd never get the kick again. Sort of like this one right here. Griffin takes it. First miss. Stutter steps. Second miss. 5 guys in white waiting for him, and they just sort of wrap him up, put a bow on there, and said, Merry Christmas, Victor Vasquez. Here's your gift for the day. Victor Vasquez, Noah Alvarez. Yeah, you're down there, Noah. I see you. Ryan Osborne behind me. Corey Neyland there. Gabby Neyland looking at her phone, trying to find out scores of other games around the area.
Yeah, we could use that as Keyshawn as in the replay. You know, that's a lot of dancing for going nowhere.
You know what? I've been to those proms.
Brandon Rankins is due.
Quinn Commons comes out, and it seems like somebody heard what Corey Neyland was saying. Corey, I just find this funny. They throw to Brandon Rankins around the corner, takes it, first down, 35. I've got to say this. This is going to sound real stupid, but you tell me why Quinn Commons is out there and why he's one of the best. And you know what? He has not come out of the game since you have said that.
He's got more command of the offense than the other 2. Cooper Callis is most athletic of the 3. Christian Frocage is still learning. He's the grittiest of the 3.
First down and 10 at the 45. Quinn looks things over. Brandon Rankin's got the last one, taken out of the backfield. Corey Neyland's waiting for him to break one. Hands it off to Brandon. Brandon stays on his feet. He says, Corey Neyland. Oh, Corey Neyland. If I could have just ran out of your grasp, I had a touchdown written all over it.
And here it is. Up the middle, that's where he runs. He's got thick legs, so he's able to get there and keep his feet turning. I was thinking of hip-hop artists and the quarterbacks. You got Quinn Commons as Q-tip just because it's the Q and the Q. Christian Frocage is grimy like the music group Onyx. I know you don't know who that is.
Yes, I do. Quinn Commons going deep, overthrows Griffin. Was that Noah or is that Taylor out there?
No, that's Griffin. TJ just couldn't come up with it. And when you talk about the quick feet, and here he is up the sideline on the hash marks. Just a little bit too much. And the quick feet of Cooper Callis, a little bit like Twista with that speedy rhyme delivery.
Wow. You feeling awfully cocky today, aren't you?
Might be our last game. Got to get it all out.
Quinn says, let me pump fake. Quinn could have ran it for a first down. He throws it to Brandon Reagan, and Brandon goes, I don't need it. You run with it, my brother.
Well, Quinn is like, I'm smart. I'm not getting hit. So as he throws it, if he leads him a little bit instead of Brandon turning around, he might have picked that up. Still a catchable ball. But with 3rd down and 10, you think it's going to be 4-down territory for the Hornets.
I would think so. Tim Allen goes to the far side of the field. Risen goes with him. Nosa comes to the near side of the field with Tyler Beckworth in the slot. Beckworth in the slot, near side of the field. Quinn, empty backfield. Here they come. Quinn looks to get rid of it, and Corey, it was an all-out blitz, and what you have to do if you're Beckworth is stop your route.
Yeah, as a receiver, you got to read the all-out blitz and cut off your route because you're not going to have time to hit that 15 yards down the field. And you know, I had one earlier, but I don't know if this is too much hyperbole. But if you look at Griffin and Rising, what they've done in the second half of the season, you look at Outcast with Andre 3000 and Big Boy, Hunter, Big Boy, Andre 3000, and Kashan. That's one of those things that you look at them.
Wow. Here comes the all-out blitz. Penseco gets it off. Angles and gets it out of bounds. I think they'll mark it about at the 9.
No, about the 15. 14, thank you.
See? Who says Corey Neyland needs to wash his shirt to get us to notice him? You feeling pretty... He feeling pretty good right about now. Still looking for other people that might be questioning who could be the greatest on our list. Gabby Dale is still looking for it. Go Toy. Says, I'm going to try and get away. He gets sacked. It's behind the line of scrimmage, so we give him a sack on that one. Loses half a yard.
And that is Josh Tarango, so sack number 11. Here's your replay. Tarango working. No, that's not Tarango. Well, Tarango gets half a sack, and that was also, was that Troy McDonald, or was that, no, that was Braylon Willis.
So half and half.
Half and half.
2nd down 11. Go Toy. Gonna go back again. Throws it short. And so the 4-down linemen, Corey, are putting so much pressure on the quarterback now that they're hurrying up their play.
Yeah, was Willis who came up with the fumble?
Yeah, he did. He got the penalty.
So
he's
having a big game, his best game of the season.
Yeah. 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10, right at the 14. Looks over the defense. Bump and run. Savion walks on man-to-man, and let me tell you, he says, I dare you to throw it my direction. Middle of the field, thrown there, no place to go, swarming defense, 4th down, and Brian Crooks has got to feel good about this defense.
And that was great recovery because El Camino had the play they wanted, 5 yards down the field, yet they couldn't pick up that 5 yards. Here's the replay. Everybody was going elsewhere. You see him throw him off his back foot, but Joe Christensen is there, so they can't move up the field. Ronnie Velasquez helps him close it out.
So do you kick it to the man in the middle of the field here with 9:50 to go? He's only 50 yards away.
You're going to have to, but don't kick it straight on a line drive.
End over end. He's going to let it bounce. He was going to catch it, and then he lets it bounce, and it's going to die right at the 47. We're at the 9-minute and 30-second mark in the 4th quarter. Don't forget, all our games all year long have been brought to you by Miller Toyota of Anaheim. That's right. You want a new Toyota, a used Toyota? Maybe you just need to do something to your Toyota. Get an air freshener like some people should have in their Toyotas. Well, if you're going to do that, no better place to buy it than Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Miller Toyota of Anaheim is a proud sponsor of high school sports, community college sports, but most of all, education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Oh, you smell like a nice pine forest there, young man.
Making sure. I don't even like pine.
Lucas Love goes in motion. Quinn Commons looking for Lucas on her wheel route. Lucas has it at the 20, the 10, touchdown Lucas Love. Lisa, he's in the end zone. I hope you're watching.
And beautiful play and beautiful throw by Quinn Commons to lead Love. And that's Lucas left what you can do. We've talked with the El Camino coaches about the players they'd like to send to the next level. It doesn't have to be those guys with big, big numbers. It could be those guys. It could be those guys who block well and rewarded when you throw the ball to him. He's not going to drop it. Any team at the next level is going to be lucky to have Quinn Commons and Lucas Luft on their team.
There you go, Lucas. Nice route. Quinn, beautiful pass, and that's why Corey Neyland keeps saying what he says about you. It's number 3 today for Quinn, and his numbers keep going up. Ball is spotted, kick is up, and the kick is good. With 9:25 to go, it's now the Hornets 33. The Warriors 7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
And that was in tribute to Sam Pelescu as a line drive knuckleball. As if you could have seen the kick, he kicked it on the top half of the ball, and that's why he came off that knuckle in the line drive.
18 touchdowns to 5 interceptions for Quinn Commons. He's almost to where Corey Neyland would say above average at a 4-to-1 ratio, Corey.
We're in the 4th game of the conference.
Yeah.
Name a better quarterback.
The 4th game of the conference?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, wait a minute. I could say, I'll stick with Jose Escobar.
No,
you mean you mean in our opponents? What?
Yeah, no, for this season.
Oh, I don't think we've seen anybody better.
Watch it again.
I don't think we've seen anybody better than Quinn.
And again, the perfect throw, the perfect coverage, and the perfect route. I mean, there was no question that's what they wanted. They got one-on-one with the smaller defender, and it was perfectly thrown. And there's 2 all-conference players right there, 99 and 90. 53 is the second team all-conference.
Corey Neyland's got his all-conference team going on here on sports@usa.net.
So Brian Crooks was an all-conference performer for Fullerton. And you know what I was going to do? Since I've got my list, I was going to cheat and just read all my names on my list since the other guys can't.
Well, they can't read?
No, you don't have your list.
Oh. Straight up the middle, taken at the 40. Which, were you talking about your all-conference list?
My all-time team list.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, go ahead, because I didn't know we were going to do that, but since you did, I'm not going to take that away from you. You got enough time. You got 9 minutes.
We got 9 minutes, okay.
Let's go! Let's go, Zed!
All-time teams.
Go put off Florida,
All-time
baby.
teams
67
goes 64, 65 or 67, I don't know.
I'd say 67.
Okay, 67, 2017, 65, 2016, and 83.
Hand it off. Battle up for a gain of 8. You don't put the
2013, then 72.
Okay.
Okay.
Look, Corey Neyland.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm giving the all-time team. We look over the sidelines.
It really sucks. We out here.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Hey.
Noah's got, look at that. Noah's got the all-conference players down there talking to the camera.
That's the worst thing you said all year.
Everybody's down there in front of the camera except Noah Alvarez.
And ain't no refs
Looks like, look at this. Look at this.
Tarango 90, 99 is Cameron Proctor. He's saying hello to Maryland. Is Cameron Proctor out of Oxon Hill. He met his aunt.
Reset the play clock to 25 seconds,
His aunt,
please.
very
Thank
nice
you.
woman. I was going to ask her to come up on the air at halftime, but that's a long walk from the other side of the stadium.
Noah, do you feel small down there with all those All-Americans? They run it straight up the middle. Go ahead, Noah. I mean, you know, there's talent next to you.
Just a tad small. Corey, I got one for you, though, because you were going with the rap names and quarterback and offensive players. Josh Tarango, Big Punisher.
Big pun.
And Cameron Proctor, Ice Cube, both got aggressive styles at the defensive line play, both aggressive styling rappers.
Take that.
Speaking of aggressive style, the ball goes over the head as we got a new quarterback in the game for Jake Novello. So Jake Novello in the game for that. So you like what Noah gave you?
He went old school on that.
He's got to. He's around so many old guys. He's feeling like he's 55. Well, or closer to Corey's age, 57.
I was going to go. I like that. So we would call Troy McDonald Chuck D.
Oh, look who's sliding in here to write something down behind you. See, look what you started, guys. Novello goes back. throws it out in the flat, taken right there by Corey Payne. Corey Payne gets across the 30.
We got one. Jason Vandiver, go ahead and text us. All-time tight end. Yes, he's a first-teamer. He makes it no matter what you want to say. Jason makes the first team. I mean, he makes first and second team. He was. And here's the thing I'm going to say about Jason after this play.
Novello rolls against the pressure, feels it coming, tries to throw it up, throws it out of bounds. Is it picked?
It's picked by Sarah Smith.
So Smith picks it right at the sticks. Interception number 2 in today's game.
Jason was so good, not just because you're listening, Jason. Top 10 all-time player
For the Hornets.
any position. And here's your replay as Novello throws it up, pressure by Willis. And here's Smith with the pick. It was almost like a punt.
You know what? I know Corey Neyland didn't have Dustin Sober on there.
No, I was starting at my age, 67, then your age, 72.
See, he didn't have Dustin Sober up there, but one time Dustin Sober gave Corey Neyland a look because of what Corey said, and Corey said to me, that is the scariest looking man I've ever seen in person. He could just see Dustin Sober chasing him. As now Cooper Callis comes in and gets dropped for a loss. So we're at the 6:50 mark. It's the Hornets 33, the Warriors 7 here on sports.usa.net. You know, Ryan Osborne, I'm going to put you on the air for just a second because you just showed up the TV department. Talk about the man who's going to be retiring that's been directing out there and how you feel about him.
And we got you, Jason. You know you're listening. Talk to Jason real quick.
Am I talking to Jason Vanderveer? Jason, you know, first of all, I miss you. I wish I'd seen more of you at these Fullerton College games. Would have been a pleasure having you out here because, yes, talk about great player of all time. You were one of them. I've talked to guys that have seen you play that have told me you're out there as Cooper Callis runs for the sideline. And Tim Allen does what Corey Neyland says to do, just stand in front of somebody as Cooper Callis. But you've just joined. I got Ryan Osborne, who everybody knows used to be the host of the Coaches Show, still is, but is the producer too now with Noah Alvarez. You're working with the TV department. Tell me about the man Brian out there that's your director and what he's been to work like.
Well, when I joined the Hornets broadcast in 2014, one of the first people I met was Brian Brooks, and I can't say enough nice things about him because the first day that I ended up getting on mic, he looked at me and said, look, here's your broadcast setup. Here's your sideline microphone. Just take a deep breath, relax, enjoy it. That's the type of guy that Brian is. Every time I've ever talked to him, it's always been a pleasant exchange. Any time that I work with him, it has been a pleasant exchange. I've been out here now for 6 seasons, and Brian has been here every year, and I have never worked with an easier director in my life in terms of Fullerton College football and Fullerton College TV. So I want to thank Brian for being out here. Thank him also for working with me as just a youngster entering the Fullerton College radio program at the time, entering the sidelines. He calmed me down. He helped me out here, just getting on camera for the first time in my entire life. I also want to talk about Colin just for a moment. Getting everything done technically. I've worked with him a lot more in the last couple of months, specifically working over at the radio station and over at Fullerton College TV. Colin Melia has been terrific to deal with. He has really also been a mentor in terms of learning different things in the studio, learning different pieces of technology.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 88 of the offense, 15 yards.
For Fullerton College football. I can't thank Brian and Colin enough.
And I just needed to get that in because I've got a young man that I think the world of, and Ryan Osborne, who has worked with these gentlemen. Corey Neyland and I have been around him for a long time, too. And Corey and I adore him because Corey always says to me, TV's out there, we talent. This is nice. We don't set up anything. We walk in. We don't really need to push a button. And, gentlemen, thank you. Brian, once again, thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for the way you deal with these young students that come out here, with the older students that come out here. Thank you for your guidance. Colin, it's always a ball to be out here with you. I just watched somebody going frantically and staying calm all day long. Thank you. As Brandon Rankins breaks it, cuts the outside, tries to get it to 50, holds on, gets across the 50. Both these gentlemen are wonderful. Brian's going to, like you said, is going to take it slow, and this is going to be his last game. I'm still going to try and talk him into one more. Colin will stay out here, but as you watch this run, Brandon Rankins comes through, and this is what I'm talking about with the replays like this, to Brian, to Colin, to the TV department. And Brian, you have been the best for all these years. And I hope you come back as a guest director, because Corey and I will just open up the door and thank you for everything you've done for us here at Fullerton College, the program, for us, and for everybody else. Brian Rankin up the middle gets another first down with 4:26 to go. Thank you. And for all the people that work at the TV department, Corey, that have been out here, for the men and women that are on the cameras, hallelujah. We love what you do. Thank you very much.
Come on back. Speaking of coming back, Mark said you were going to mention Jason. Come on back, do a game next year.
I would love to have you.
Offensive line coach over at Chaminade High School. They're in round 2 of the playoffs next week. They got Upland.
Wouldn't you love to have him show up and just be on the air with us?
Let me put it this way. If it wasn't for you or Jason, that torrential rainstorm we were in.
We had so much fun that day.
Against Riverside? No. They had fun.
We had fun. You guys had a bad time. We had fun.
Because you got two guys who can talk for 3 hours straight about football, and they were okay. We didn't have a good time. And they got Upland next week. That's going to be
a good football game. Chaminade. Straight up the middle. Once again, cross the 25. We're at the 3-minute mark. We click it in there. The Hornets are going to move on to Mount Sac, tied for the conference lead. Oh, Noah, it's going to be fun next week. Noah, you're down there. Can you feel the anticipation for Mount Sac for next week?
Just a little bit.
Offense number 55, Conti.
Wow. Noah, where'd you go?
14 carries, 62 yards for Brandon Rankins. Didn't quite get that 7-yard marker, but again, Mark, here's a guy who
soup for you.
Who started off slow. Started off slow this season because the run game wasn't prolific, but the last 5 games, the run game has been special. It's almost closing in on 400 yards for the season.
3:18 to go. Second down and 17 for the Hornets. Gabby Neyland says, wait a minute, we got soup up here? She just looked around at it. She was going to get some tomato bisque. Cooper Callis says soup. Quinn Commons is looking. He's going to go over to Noah and ask him what sort of soup he's got. Lucas Luft, who's got a touchdown, comes off the field.
Reset the play clock to 25 seconds. Thank you.
The Hornets, 33. The Warriors, 7.
Reset the play clock to 25 seconds.
Callis looks over. Hands it straight up the middle. Gain of 2 on the play. So we head next week to Mount Sac.
For the conference championship. Now, as you know, Fullerton can't go to the playoffs, even if they win the conference championship.
No, but they could dent somebody's road going to the playoffs.
Yes, they could. And it's funny because if they win, Mount Sac doesn't get to go to the playoffs. So you got they probably will.
Yeah, as a wild card.
As a wild card, but you got to look. Actually, I don't think they do.
You don't? Lucky goes off the left side, gets a gain of 9 on the play. You don't think they go?
2 best teams, Riverside and Saddleback.
That's true.
Hey, Ryan go crazy. Hey, Ryan go crazy. Mama, I love you.
Some players out there. Elijah Mott, Cameron Proctor again. So you got those two. Canyons and Ventura have been playing well. Canyon's going to be that 3rd spot. Then you got Ventura, or do you have Mount Sac?
Well, I don't know. I think I might go with Ventura. Cooper Callis throws it to Daniel Sanchez. Sanchez, the fullback, coming out, finally touches the football this season.
Form tackle by Jamari Adderley. And Daniel Sanchez, unsung hero.
Oh, he's a great blocker. Yeah. I love him as a fullback. So the Hornets don't make it. Sanchez stumbles his way, gets hit, gets driven out of bounds. but gets a little reward for all those great blocks he has thrown for this group of running back and quarterback this season. We're under 2 minutes. As Fullerton is one step away. And of course, when we started the season, what did everybody say, Corey? Let's win the conference.
They got a chance next week.
They got a chance. And I think part of it was, if we can't go, we may stop somebody else from going. And what's there nothing better than when you find out, oh, I didn't get invited to the dance, and then they give you the flu and you can't go because now you're sick? They sit at home going, gee, I feel really bad for you. I'm going to the movies. I feel bad for you. You got the flu. I low bridge anybody. Corey's
literally and figuratively.
Corey's lucky that list isn't paper. Little move coming to the outside. So we've got, would that be Javan or Javan? I want to Javan? Javan
Sure.
Fish? You're sure of that, Javan?
No, but that's what we're going to say.
Okay.
And if we're messing that up, sorry, Javen. Sorry, Mr. Fish. Sorry, Mrs. Fish.
So Fish in at quarterback. Throws it quickly. Picked at the 28.
Jacob Jones, number 2. 2 picks this season, 2 picks today. 2 picks overall. And you know, Jacob Jones is not going to get the love. But let me tell you the all-conference
Fish goes
performance
the other,
Fullerton
and there
for
it gets
defense.
picked right there. Go ahead.
Sorry, Mark. Jacob Jones, Xavion Steele, Cameron Proctor, Josh Durango, first team all-conference. They're not going to put Troy McDonald on the first team, but they're going to put Troy McDonald on second team all-conference. And those 5 make all-conference on the defense side of the ball.
You know, Alvarez, do you see what happens when Phil Austin hugs me? The volleyball team cheers for me. Phil Austin hugs me, and he gets 4 picks today. Noah Alvarez.
I think it's about time we get Jacob Jones on the coaches show this upcoming week.
Don't forget, hey, everybody at home, because he's down there, the host of the coaches show. Noah, just before I let you go, who did you have in the last coaches show? Who did you interview?
Alice, Christian Frocage, 2 quarterbacks here at Fullerton College, and then Tim Allen along with Kashawn Griffin. All 4 players setting records and doing great things here for this Fullerton College offense.
And we can find the coaches show where?
90.1 KBPK on YouTube.
Noah Alvarez, the host of the coaches show every week, does a bang-up job of being the host of the coaches show. Make sure you watch it every week. Not only football players, but we got little volleyball players out there. We got some special events by my man over here, Victor Vasquez, going on. And then Ryan Osborne throws in his 30 minutes worth on sports@usa.net.
And preliminary conference all-conference, Glenn Bernard the center. Quinn Commons, first-team quarterback. Conference only Brandon Rankins is getting the spot at my running back. Kashawn Griffin, special teams. Hunter Risen and Tim Allen are the receivers.
And I'm going to sum up our special team with the man out and back. Brian Brooks should get the trophy of the year. Corey Neyland, I've had a ball with Brian. I wish he'd come back for one more year.
I'd like to see him come back for one more year.
And Colin, you come out anytime, and we won't. We send Ryan Osborne and Noah Alvarez.
Yeah, we're going to send Ryan, Victor, and
help you.
Corey and I to help you. We're not lifting a thing.
Corey and I are strictly talent.
So, Colin, thank you very much, because you know what? You're talking about Brian. We're talking about Colin. We're talking about TV. And we're going to take, sorry, guys, we're going to take a minute real quick to talk. Brian and Colin are the instructors out there for the TV department. They are. That's fine. I don't care. They run the program for me because they're always out here every week, every home game. Without those 2 guys bringing in and educating the crew to bring you these broadcasts, bringing you these highlights, these replays, whatever it is, you don't get to enjoy the football game like we do. It makes a broadcaster's job so much easier when you have 2 qualified individuals running the show, 2 experienced individuals running the show, that we don't have to do anything but talk. the less we have to do, I'm happy. They do all the work. I don't do anything. Mark doesn't do anything. They do all the work. We're just puppets. So thank you, Puppet Masters. We love you.
So that's going to bring us to the end of today's game as your Fullerton College Hornets are going to move on with a chance to win the conference championship next week when we go to Mount Sac. As your Hornets come home today victorious over the Warriors 33-7 here on Sportsnet USA.net.